Missing someone with all your own. Missing someone with heart. How much you miss it, and you miss it. Right from the start, and you did right from the start. Missing someone is as normal. Missing someone. Missing someone is as normal. Missing someone with all your own. Missing someone with heart. Missing someone, I am sad and so down. I am sad and so down.
Roll up, everybody. Come join. One more went to Mo. You know how we do it. You know when we do it. You know where we do it. One more went to Mo. Say hello as you're coming in. Introduce yourself. Bit of housekeeping. So click on the link if you want to come join live on screen. So there you are. You know the routine. So if you want to come and participate and voice your opinions live on the screen, then just click on this hyperlink. So here it is. So let me just copy that so I can repaste it as we go along. Hello, Ernest. So like Ernest, say hello just as soon as you come in. Introduce yourself. Let's get to know each other. So plenty to discuss. Matters arising. Okay, bear with me. So we're speaking to the Sultan of Sokoto, who is requesting that the hijab be introduced into the Nigerian constitution. So we discussed that. We're also discussing, bear with me. Yes, we're also discussing Oshiomhole, who is now on his knees to, what is his name? Obaseki. So we're discussing that too. We're discussing several matters, politics related. You know how we do it, you know why we do it, and you know where we do it. The House of Representatives, they're looking to cover up the arms deals scandal. So we discussed that as well. And then Kingsley Moghalu is throwing his heart into the ring of the politics of the day. So we discussed that too. And all matters that crop up in the course of the session, we discuss everything. But let's go first to that space of Kingsley Moghalu. So let's watch Kingsley declare his hand for the 2025 election by himself. Hopefully, yes, I think I've got it. So let's listen to Kingsley.
Of a Nigerian life, we live daily in the shadow of of terrorists. The economy is collapsing. Many families cannot afford the price of food. Only the emergence of a visionary, competent, inclusive national leadership on the one hand, and the fundamental constitutional restructuring of Nigeria on the other can arrest Nigeria's ongoing and violent disintegration into a completely failed state. For the sake of the youth of our country, I intend, with all humility, to present myself again to Nigerians as a candidate for the office of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in the 2023 general elections. We, the Nigerian people, matter. We deserve better. Let's do this because we can and we must.
So there you heard the man himself. So this is not a matter of them say, them say. There you heard Kingsley Moghalu declaring his hand for the 2023 elections. So the elections very much are in the throes of it now. So there's really no equivocation. But then, of course, which constitution are we taking into that 2023 election? So if it was left to the Sultan of Sokoto, whichever sort constitution we are taking to the 2023 election will include the wearing of hijab as an insertion in that constitution. So the Sultan of Sokoto seeks to have the hijab inserted into the constitution, as guys are bringing this. So Sultan asks for inclusion of right to wear hijab in the constitution. So, of course, we're coming off the back of the narrative that broke a few weeks ago to say that they were looking to introduce Sharia in the Southwest. So now they're now inserting essentially Sharia into the constitution. Al-Haji Saad Abubakar III, the Sultan of Sokoto, has advocated the use of hijab by Muslim women without restrictions and in total observance of the freedom of religion in the country. The Sultan, who is also the President General of the Nigerian Supreme Council of Islamic Affairs, stated this in Benin Kirby on Tuesday at the Northwest Zonal Public Hearing on the Constitution Review organized by the House of Representatives for stakeholders in Sokoto, Kebbi, and Zamfara. Abubakar wondered why the wearing of hijab would be a problem for others who were not using it, stressing that other religions could also be encouraged to adopt what their religion ordered them to do. The most important issue is the issue of religion. Almighty God created us to worship him, and you must protect my right as a Muslim in whatever document you are going to bring, and there are no two ways about it. I must have the freedom to worship Allah the way Almighty says I should worship him. So why do people make too much noise about Sharia and its implementation? So we talk often about the Islamization of the Nigerian space. The Islamization of the Nigerian space is essentially what you're listening to now. Make no two bones about it, no equivocation, absolutely in totality. That is the understanding of what this chap is saying. So his right to worship should be inserted in the Nigerian constitution. So if Islam doctrines are inserted in the Nigerian constitution, what then happens to the secularity of that country? Because already, to all intents and purposes, Nigeria functions as an Islamic country. Nigeria, you have to remember, is a member of the Organization of Islamic Countries, OIC, which Babangida took us into back in those days. And Buhari has gone further to sign the Nigerian state up in 2016, February 2016, as part of the Saudi coalition of Sunni countries that are aligning their military forces to weigh against terrorism. So essentially, a fight with the Iranians is essentially what that means. So now, further still, they are looking to insert elements of their religion into the Nigerian constitution. And the voice that is demanding this is the voice that carries the most weight within their region, the Sultan of Sokoto. So let's pick it up from this paragraph again. I must have freedom to worship Allah the way Almighty says I should worship him. So why do people make too much noise about Sharia and its implementation? So he's asking this. I'm stuck on that particular paragraph because it is quite pertinent and quite frightening and foreboding. So they are talking about constitutional review. By the way, this is the constitutional review that is going around the country, and this is the Sokoto Kebbi arm of that review. And the one thing that the lead voice is speaking to within that space is why Sharia is not in the Nigerian constitution. And this fills with a sense of foreboding because, of course, Tanko Mohammed, the Chief Justice of the country, had already spoken to that space as well, that there are not enough Sharia elements within the Nigerian constitution. Islamization is the tone that we're listening to here, but it continues. It is all about our lives as Muslims from the day of our birth till the day that we die. This again, in a secular country, I have to keep repeating that. So look at the way to protect. So look at the way to protect the interest of the Muslims that constitute over 50% of this nation's population, whether in the north, east, south, or west. I believe nobody should stop me from practicing my religion, and I must practice it to the best of my ability without tampering with other religions or their freedom. You can pick a stone and keep it in your home. That is the problem between you and your God, not me. There are so many cases where young girls are denied the right to wear their hijab in schools. Why is it that the use of hijab has become a problem to those people who are not using hijab? On the other hand, we should even encourage persons of other faiths to do what their religions order them to do. And that is how we will live in peace, he said. The Sultan, who also spoke on the role of traditional rulers, counseled the political class not to be afraid of assigning constitutional roles to traditional rulers because they had accepted changes that took place since the 1914 amalgamation of Nigeria and were ready to help. All of you knew that before 1914, there was no Nigeria, but there was Sokoto Caliphate, Benin Kebbi, Oyo Empire, and Benin Empire. The amalgamation of these led to Nigeria of today as they took power from the people and put it in the hands of a few civilians. Why are politicians afraid of giving power back to the people they have been living and working with closely? We have accepted the change and we are ready to help. The earlier we realize we can work together, the better for us. The political class should know that we are not in any competition with them. We are here to help and we're ready to help. He further advised Nigerians to stop blaming the military for the constitutional crisis, saying that they should instead face the reality and suggest whether to have a new constitution or amend the current one before the 2023 elections. So please stop flogging the military. Forget about the military and face the reality on the ground. We have the constitution given us by the military, and the military made the constitution. The military also created 36 states, created Abuja, moved the capital from Lagos State to Abuja. The military had set up government in so many states with the appointment of 99% civilians in the government, and all of you agreed to it. Stop flogging the military. Look at the constitution. If it is not good for us, that is it. If you think we need to change the constitution, this is the time. If you think we need to just amend it, this is the time. But it is just 2 years to 2023. So it looks as though they are intent on rushing this constitution through. And if you look at the people that are looking to make constitutional amendments, the Buhari administration, if you look at their antecedents, then it's for both dark tidings for the southern region, because already the constitution binds the southern region, but Buhari in its entirety just enslaves the southern region with its appointments and its governmental practices, his governing practices. So if he's now able to institute his prejudice of religion and tribe in a constitutional document, then that slavery is permanent. Can we afford a new constitution, or should we make just some adjustments so that when the new government comes in, they can bring fresh faces, minds to fashion, they can bring fresh faces, minds to fashion our new constitution? Those are the questions I want you to think about here, the Sultan said. So that is the Sultan of Sokoto insisting on the insertion of the hijab into the Nigerian constitution. So that clouds, as I said, it never rains, but it pours within the Nigerian space. And the one thing that is a constant within the Nigerian space, of course, is corruption. If there's anything above all else that describes the Nigerian space, it is that one word, corruption, and monumental amounts of monies we often talk about. So to that corruption space again we go, how the House of Representatives scuttled $1 billion arms probe, failed to invite ex-military chiefs Burutai, Oluwa Saki after 2 months. So an ongoing probe into monies missing $1 billion unaccounted for, and alarms were raised about this, by the way, by Atahiru before his funny helicopter incident, which is still shrouded in mystery, and also Mongono made mention of this, that these monies were taken, but the equipment are nowhere to be seen. So a probe set up, but then of course a probe within the Nigerian space means only one thing, a cover-up. So guys, again the headline, how House of Representatives scuttled $1 billion arms probe, failed to invite ex-military chiefs Burutai, Olonisikin, after 2 months. So let's see now what is playing out here. The House of Representatives Committee led by Olaide Akinremi, after 2 months have refused to summon the former service chiefs under whose command 1 billion excess crude oil account funds was spent on arms to tackle insurgency in the country. Correspondents learned that the House of Representatives Committee appeared to have been muzzled by influences within and outside the legislature to mellow down on the probe of former Chief of Army Staff Lieutenant General Coverup and former Chief of Defense Staff General Abayomi Olonisekin, retired especially. So those two chaps especially have been ring-fenced off as sacred cows not to be touched in this now never-ending saga of the missing $1 billion. Nothing has happened for 2 months. The committee has not yet summoned Burutai and others. They appear not to have the balls, because the body language of the authorities is that the former military chiefs served well and even got ambassadorial positions. They are waiting for the former service chiefs to go for their postings so that they can find an excuse that the ex-generals are no longer within the country. A source said, it is clear that they are not ready to invite the former service chiefs. The late Army Chief, Lieutenant General Ibrahim Atahiru, told them the truth, but they were not ready to work on it. The late Army Chief was ready to expose all he knew about the $1 billion arms fund. So just hold on to that paragraph and revert your memory back to a couple of weeks ago. So this guy now that was just in the throes of exposing big scandal of vast amount of money, $1 billion. So just by an unfortunate coincidence, his helicopter just dropped from the skies and wiped him and all of the passengers out. So this is the narrative within the Nigerian space. So let's just take that bit again for it to resonate even more. The late army chief was ready to expose all he knew about the $1 billion arms fund. Part of the money also reportedly went to some National Assembly members, another source said. So share it round. As usual, nothing changes within the Nigerian space. Pass me a Jeku, but then of course, $1 billion. On May the 6th, correspondents reported that the House of Representatives had stopped investigations into the purchase, use, and control of arms, ammunition, and related hardware. The ad hoc committee had, at its last public sitting, given the late former Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Ibrahim Attahiru, some time to go back and prepare a comprehensive position for presentation. It also asked the Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba, to do the same and report back. Correspondents had on April the 14th reported that Attahiru had asked the House of Representatives Committee investigating the $1 billion excess crude account fund meant for the purchase of arms to ask the specific individuals how the money was spent as he assumed office only 2 months earlier. So let's just pause there again. And we all saw that clip, by the way. I wish I'd dug it up, and I might well still dig it up in the course of this session. We also saw him. It was a public hearing. So he said, look, I've only been here for 2 months. I have not seen any equipment that has been purchased that accounts for this $1 billion, but then $1 billion we know has been taken. So you, of course, know the people who were in these situations, just 2 months prior. So go put those questions to them. So he was quite bullish and he was quite punchy in that presentation and he was ready to expose. But then, of course, his helicopter went down a few weeks later. So this is Nigeria. Everybody not criminal. Let's just take that paragraph again. Correspondents had on April the 14th reported that Attahiru had asked the House of Representatives Committee investigating the $1 billion excess crude account fund meant for the purchase of arms to ask the specific individuals how the money was spent as he assumed office only 2 months earlier. Appearing before the Olaide Akinremi-led House of Representatives ad hoc committee investigating the matter in Abuja, the late Chief of Army Staff had said it behoved on the lawmakers to ask the individuals involved in the deals to account for the funds budgeted for procurement of arms over the years. So this guy is now even reaching back beyond the just the immediacy of that $1 billion. Is actually saying that there is not anything within the armory to account for essentially all of the endless billions of dollars that has been budgeted to that space over the years. So that is the understanding. I'll take that paragraph again. Appearing before the Olaide Akinremi-led House of Representatives ad hoc committee investigating the matter in Abuja, the late Chief of Army Staff had said it behoved. Now, this is the part that you are paying attention to. The late Chief of Army Staff had said it behoved the lawmakers. So now listen, it behoves the lawmakers to ask the individuals involved in the deals to account for the funds budgeted for procurement of equipment over the years. So to account for, not for that $1 billion now, so he's sweeping back all the way through to account for funds budgeted for procurement of weapons over the years. And this narrative tallies with what we're hearing from the forces when they are at the war front and they're telling us that Boko Haram continues to outgun them, the insurgents continue to outgun them, and we're wondering why they don't have technology to tackle the insurgency like drones and smart weaponry and smart war fighting. when all of this money has been budgeted to that space. So now the answer to why they don't have the equipment to fight it now is what is being revealed, or what was being revealed by Atahiru. But then guess what? His helicopter conveniently dropped. So this is the narrative. This is Nigeria. Everybody in a criminal. It continues, you may wish to recall that I took over the mantle of leadership barely 2 months ago. The period from which you wanted this report, having been summarized in the executive summary, explains whatever details you will require. Issues of procurement that you so demand to know were done by specific individuals. I will rather you call these individuals to come and explain to you very specific issues. The general issue has been contained in the report and the summary. It goes to speak about the entire report, and he explains it. We would like to have a copy of that report published, actually, because we do need, I think we have a Freedom of Information Act in Nigeria, don't we? It continues. However, the committee was part of a 12 committees. However, the committee was part of the 12 committees whose assignment was to discharge. However, the committee was part of the 12 committees whose assignment was discharged by the House at yesterday's plenary in accordance with Order 18, blah, 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 of the Standing Order of the House, as they had failed to submit its report within the stipulated time. So now, and this is the end of Solomon Grundy. So this is the end of Solomon Grundy. They've set up a panel to probe a missing $1 billion. In the throes of that interrogating and interviewing all the major players, one of the key players is saying that, look, this money is missing and I don't know where it is, but I have only been in situation for 2 months, and go further back to the people who have been in situation over the years. And whilst you are making inquiries about this $1 billion, make inquiries about previous spends as well, because there is nothing in the inventory to indicate the spend that has been levied on the Nigerian state for years and years and years. So this is the narrative. But then listen to this paragraph now. So following on from that narrative, that guy's helicopter dropped, and here the cover-up concludes. So this is where the cover-up concludes. So listen to this paragraph again. However, the committee was part of the 12 committees whose assignment was discharged. So listen to that. This it's just unbelievable. Anyway, you can hear it and come to your own conclusions. So, however, the committee was part of the 12 committees whose assignment was discharged by the House at yesterday's plenary in accordance with Order 18, Rule 3IG of the Standing Order of the House, as they had failed to submit their reports within the stipulated time. So within the stipulated time is the conclusion of a $1 billion probe. Correspondents had on March the 16th exposed that the $1 billion set aside by President Buhari for the ECA to buy military ammunition was actually released to the military and shared amongst the armed force, and shared amongst the Air Force, the Army, and the Navy under the immediate past service chiefs. Correspondents learned that the $1 billion release, which was greeted with widespread criticism when Buhari announced so in April 2018, was approved by the National Assembly and shared to the military arms in 2019 without public knowledge to avoid more criticism. So $1 billion, abracadabra, $1 billion has gone in the Professor Pella way. Now you see it, now you don't. So that is the narrative, but what are your thoughts? Just bear with me. So James, we see you. What says you? Evolution, we see you. What says you? Engineer, we see you. What says you? Let's go to you first, engineer. Abracadabra with $1 billion in the Nigerian system. Nothing changes. What says you?
Yeah, good evening, everyone. And
hello.
Thank you very much. When it comes to Nigeria, the $1 billion, is it billion or million? If I may ask now.
$1 million. Are you joking? $1 million is weekend spending for these people now. You are $1 billion. We all heard when they were taking the money out of the central bank, and we were saying there was no recourse, no due process. And then, of course, they kept quiet. And now we are finding out that they've just shared it amongst themselves. $1 billion. Oh. And I've seen clips, by the way, of the military pushing armored tanks at the war front. You know how you used to start a car? This is what they are doing. They are pushing armored tanks at the war front, and the billions of dollars that is being paid for procurement is being disappeared. So that's what do you say to that?
Yeah, basically, if you look at it from the beginning, right? The reason why, you know, there was information regarding the reliable source. One of the military guy, he came out that said the late chief of army staff who just passed away recently, he's under investigation of that money. So, and to be honest, you know, when someone died like that, a lot of things, people will keep saying a lot of things and the rest. So it's something that if you look at it technically, if they need to bring these people back to justice, because $1 billion is just is too much. The money is too much. It's the money that can help the country, help the military to get everything sorted. But unfortunately, people who they turn their mind behind their heart, they siphon that money, and it's so sad that a whole country like this, that the military, instead of guiding civilians, protecting people, but they're the one now. It's like they don't give a crap. You know, it's so sad.
You know that $1 billion is gone for good. Do you know why? Because they said the time limit for probing it has expired. They said the committee, the ad hoc committee, had elapsed its stipulated time without submitting a report. So everybody has been disbanded. So they've disbanded and discharged the committee set up to probe this money. So that is another $1 billion gone.
Yeah, but I really do hope that if the new service chief again, if he can work on the outstanding issue that was going on, if he can.
Is this stupid? Did you not see what happened to the last one?
Yeah, we know, but let's see what will happen again. The truth has to come out. There's something in that country that whenever people comes out to say the truth, you know, I'm so sorry to say this word. Whenever people come down to say the truth, they always keep them aside, or they do something that will lead to their life. But it's so sad. It's really so sad that a lot of army they died. People they died in serving the country, and the top general.
You know, engineer, that is the real tragedy. The tragedy is twofold. The first tragedy is them disappearing $1 billion, which is a very bad thing. But the worst thing of all is that now these under-equipped young men that have signed up to serve their country in the forces, they are now being given weaponry from 1960 to go and fight insurgencies that are carrying weaponry from 2021. So effectively, they are just sending these people to be slaughtered, that because they refuse to equip them, and the funds, of course, to equip them has been made available time and time and time again. It's an ungodly thing, you know, this thing that we see.
Yeah, there was a time. Someone said a guy who just retired. He resigned. Basically, he was in the military. I think they sent him to fight the war, which he has been fighting. I think he's a sniper. He came out live. He said, to be honest, the reason why he retired is because there was a time he has been taking all the Boko Haram, but inside the military, a senior officer came to him and said, stop killing them like that. It's like you're killing too much of them. So it's just very weird that Nigerian military is just into something else that nobody can put hope or rely on them.
And by the way, that officer that is saying stop killing them, he might not necessarily be a sympathizer of Boko Haram, but he doesn't want the thing to end because, of course, the dollars keep coming in. So if they finish Boko Haram now, where would the dollars come from again? You know, if they had finished Boko Haram, they would not get this $1 billion per day. So the other Boko Haram is going to be with us for a long time, I'm afraid.
Yeah, but it's something we need to come to realize here. This is what the truth is coming out slowly. You see, when people start blaming the president, I look at it, if we can look at it from the other way around, now this man, he has done his best.
He has done his own now. He has released the money.
He released the fund to them. He released the fund, so he's expecting a result. But due to the fact that maybe his illness and also other health condition that he's passing through, maybe you couldn't focus on that. But it's so sad that the system, Nigerian system, is a failure to the nation, that the military are up to something. It's ridiculous. It's completely ridiculous. And to be honest, like I said, it's something that the truth has to come out now. Regardless of whatever things is going on now, the truth must come out. That's how I feel.
I know that's how you feel. That's how we all feel. But I think we all also know that no truth will be coming out. But then, of course, if you are saying that the president is not as strong as he used to be, somebody else that wants to replace him, Kingsley Moghalu. So I'm not sure. Did you see the clip that I played?
Yeah, I think I saw before the clip. I saw the picture on the.
Yeah, Kingsley Moghalu. So Kingsley Moghalu is coming out to declare his hand. Listen to this.
Of a Nigerian life, we live daily in the shadow of terrorists. The economy is collapsing. Many families cannot afford the price of food. Only the emergence of a visionary, competent, inclusive national leadership on the one hand, and the fundamental constitutional restructuring of Nigeria on the other, can arrest Nigeria's ongoing and violent disintegration into a completely failed state. For the sake of the youth of our country, I intend, with all humility, to present myself again to Nigerians as a candidate for the office of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in the 2023 general elections.
So there you heard it, engineer. It has kicked off. All the runners and riders are now they're getting to their starting post and jockeying for position. So the first person, of course, to come up publicly out of the big names that we know, Kingsley Moghalu. So 2023, here we go.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm much more happy. We're beginning to realize, and Nigeria is beginning to wake up. People like this, I think, I don't mind, to be honest. I don't mind someone like him.
He used to be the deputy governor for Central Bank of Nigeria, I think, under Sanusi then, under Lamido Sanusi.
Exactly. It's just, to be honest, they can give him a chance. Nigeria can give him a chance.
So over the next few days, I'm not sure if you get the chance, go and look at my community post. Over the next few days, I've come up with a list of 12, and out of that 12, I feel the Nigerian president will come from. So over the next few days, we'll be doing them in series of 3s. So we'll be looking through their CVs and going through their chances to see what they have to offer. So thank you, engineer. James, we see. Let's go to Evolution. Evolution, we see you.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Sorry, I missed out yesterday. I had to attend to some other things. But as to the trending headlines that you just listed out, I was thinking of the approach to take in today's program until I logged in and I heard you talking about the Sultan demanding for inclusion of Sharia in the constitution.
He wants wearing the hijab inserted in the Nigerian constitution.
And I lost it. These guys keep on making things difficult. They keep on making things difficult for everybody. We run a secular constitution. This is the reason why so many people rightly believe that the
can we still say we run a secular constitution?
No, I am telling you what is in the constitution. That is what we are
northern states. They run a different legal system.
No, but you see, we keep on trying to mix words. Sharia was not implemented under a Fulani government. Sharia was implemented under a Southern Christian president. Yes, Olusegun Obasanjo. So really, what our problems are. Nigerians are the problem with Nigerians. But beyond that, for somebody, the country is burning. The entire country is on fire. There is no part of this country that is safe as I speak to you. And your problem is hijab. Your problem is women wearing hijab. Why are religious people so obsessed with women and sex and control? This is religious people, all inclusive.
It's not just religious. Are you yourself not obsessed with women? We all are. Every is that not the job of a Nigerian man to be obsessed with a woman?
No. Some people like the other type. We have people that are homosexuals. We have people that are.
I don't think we really have that tradition in Nigeria. You know.
We do plenty.
I think this is just
deceiving ourselves. It's not true.
No, I think this is just a new phenomenon. When I was growing up, I never. Of course, I knew the word existed, but it was never anything that was in anybody's consciousness. But over the last 10 years or so, it's just Bobrisky, and I mean, what is going on?
No, homosexuals are always a minority of any population. Even if they are 5%, 2%, 3%, whichever figure, they've always been there right from time immemorial. That we did not give them space to express themselves, or that they are afraid that if they express themselves, that they will be attacked or called out and all that does not mean that they are not there.
You know that was one of the things that Barack Obama held against Goodluck Jonathan when when Goodluck Jonathan signed the anti-gay law.
That was the only reason they did not support him. APC people will be
when they wanted to turn Nigerians gay. Okay, we don't have it in our culture.
No. But what Obama was asking was tolerance for everybody. Nobody was trying to pass. But I don't want us to go into that back to the narrative. The Sultan, of course, he was a military person. So for him to come and be saying stop blaming the military, blah blah blah, he's trying to excuse himself because he was a top security personnel. But for him to think that what should concern him in the amendment of the Constitution is hijab shows that these guys have completely lost their mind. Obviously, he knows
somebody like you know, the Sultan of Sokoto is the lead person for the Muslims, not just in Nigeria but also in that Sahel region. So you can understand why he's speaking to his religion, but given the sort of space that Nigeria is and given the sort of status that he has, should he not even be placing himself above religion, except of course when he's essentially speaking to a religious landscape? So to be asking to insert a religious doctrine into a secular constitution, then of course he knows the sort of backlash that he will get.
Besides, he knows it is not going to fly.
But it will happen. It will happen.
No. The amendment of the Constitution is written and laid down. It will only happen if we in the South. Remember, I keep on preaching of Southern unity and getting the Middle Belt, extending a hand of solidarity to the Middle Belt. Once these four regions come together, the other parts of the country, be it Fulani, be it how, they cannot, because you have to get to third of all the state houses of our assembly. So the Sultan knows fully well that his hijab thing is not going to work. But besides, we shouldn't be hitting up the polity with bringing up, which people are dying, people are being killed. And these guys keep on taking decisions that are arming the separatist warriors amongst them. Dinam, the Kano, the Sunday.
Of course, yes. The Kano will latch on to that, will he not? I'm sure the next broadcast on Radio Biafra.
Exactly. If you look at the narratives and utterances coming out of these present governments, it is horrible. It makes people like us that are even speaking towards peaceful dialogue. I mean, like I said, I had the things that I wanted to say, and I heard you say, and I mean, we can't continue like this. We can't continue like this, but we must still talk because it is dialogue that will actually solve these things.
Oh, okay, the person that is looking to take us out of the position that we're in into a better place, Kingsley Moghalu, the first of the big names to state categorically that is tilting towards the Aso Rock seat again. So Kingsley, he's kicked it off.
Kingsley Moghalu is a very competent candidate.
And sorry, just to interrupt you, just for the benefit of everybody, in this election session, the person that I will be championing on this platform is this guy, Kingsley Moghalu. So you'll be hearing his name a lot. So he is going to be the name that I personally will be promoting. So I'm putting my hands up now and declaring myself as well. So this person, Kingsley Moghalu, is my own, because it was my candidate the last time and it's still my candidate now. So, you know, that is my own politics. We'll carry on the evolution.
Yeah, but there are two political parties in Nigeria. We have the PDP and we have the APC.
He is YPP, isn't he?
No, he has left the YPP. He left.
He did not found it. Is it not his party? Did he not found it?
Political parties are vehicles. It's just like whether you decide to enter Molwe to get to your destination or whether you decide to enter Keke Marwa. That is actually what political parties are. But Kingsley Moghalu, he is a good candidate. But the politics of Nigeria, the reality, because you have to speak to your reality. The reality of elections is that it costs more money to run for the presidency of Nigeria than it will cost you to run for the seat of the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, which has the fourth largest economy in the world. Because of the federal system, which is why people like Moghalu are not likely to make it there.
I don't think, sorry to interrupt your evolution, I don't think he personally thinks that he's going to eventually be sworn in come February 2023 as the next president. I don't think he is, no. But what he's going to do is he's going to push his narrative in the space to be part of the mix that will be then that governance. So the general consensus is that there should be an Igbo element in Aso Rock in 2023. So that Igbo element can either be Moghalu presidency, which is highly unlikely, or Moghalu vice presidency, which is a possibility. So he is just is starting off very quickly now to put his name out there and make a lot of noise so that he's then in a power place for the negotiations when they come. This is what I think he's doing.
Well, personally, I think if we are serious about this country, we should all be begging Peter Obi to come and assume that seat. If we really want to save this country and restore some...
You think Peter Obi carries more weight than Moghalu?
Oh, definitely, by far.
You think?
In terms of name recognitions, in terms of...
Do you think Peter Obi resonates with people more than Moghalu? Do you think people warm to Peter Obi more than
You can take a poll. Yes, Peter Obi is more. Peter Obi has been... He is the best governor we've
Do you
had
think he has the language? Do you
1999.
think he has the language? Because I've seen him debate once, and it was just a bit... I felt let down, but anytime that I listen to Moghalu, I'm just inspired and ready, you know. Is he able to command an audience? Is he able to come across, Peter Obi?
Oh, you should look at records. There is a reason the United States Embassy gave him award as the best governor in Nigeria. The US Embassy would not give you that award if you are truly not the best. I am from Anambra State.
Right. Look at that. Look at that. Son of the soil. Son of the soil. Look at it.
He's from Anambra State. Both of them are from Anambra State. Yes.
All right.
More Yalutu is from Anambra State. You think so? I mean, the point here
in
is
fact,
this.
I am so passionate about Moghalu, I could almost go to Nigeria and join this campaign. I really rate that guy highly.
Yeah, but between him and Peter, I am telling you that Peter has a record of achievements in governance as governor. His records are there, and his capacity to cut cost of government is what is even endearing me to him. This is the people, every governor in Nigeria finishes their tenure and leaves behind tons of debt. Peter Obi left hundreds of billions for the incoming government. No governor has ever done this before. No governor. When Peter Obi assumed office, pensioners were being owed. Different governments, they were all being owed. He paid off all those gratuity pensions, stabilized the finances.
Okay. Anyway, it's the opening salvo. But if you look at my community tab, I've come up with a list of 12 names that I feel the next president of Nigeria will come from. So over the course of the next days and weeks, I'll be doing a set in sessions of 3 candidates per session. So I will be discussing them. So I'm just going to put a hyperlink for people to.
Okay. Yeah. I understand, but how do we? We have to first of all have a nation before we start talking of who will.
No, we will have a nation in 2023, and elections will take place.
How?
The same way. What's going to change?
Why are you so sure, considering what is happening in every part of this country?
What is happening? A bit of noise making here and there. What's
not
happening?
Noise making. People are being killed. The agitations are real. There is breakdown of law and order. The police are no longer. You struggle to find the Nigerian police force on the roads these days. Criminals and bandits have taken over everywhere. Owerri used to be the Las Vegas of the East. Owerri used to be a place where you come and
we have to continue. We have to continue with the timetable until we find out otherwise. So the timetable at the moment is that elections are set to take place in 2023. So until something happens. Yeah, so let me just take Evolution's comments on the last story, then I'll come to you. So until we get something different, then we stick to the schedule, and the schedule is an election in 2023, which is almost certainly will take place. But to that space, Coneyman die, Coneyman burial, $1 billion missing again. So I mean, we're there every day, and we're there today again. And they have now closed down the probe because they say at the time they did not submit the report on time. So $1 billion.
The reason why the $1 billion is making headlines is because the country is broke.
Who is that?
Chris.
Just hold on. We'll do it turn by turn.
Let me finish up and you can now jump in. Yeah. I said the reason why the $1 billion is even making headlines at all is because the country is broke. So we don't have money. That is one. Two, anybody you see making noise and asking questions did not get his or her share from the money.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, that is it. Anytime you see them making noise, follow the money. Once they settle them or give them their own cut, these guys are not interested in the country. The country would not move forward as long as we keep on running this present structure of government. Regardless, that is why I'm not too keen on the Igbo presidency, even as an Igbo man. I would rather we have a restructured Nigeria where things
but that
restructuring,
but the two are going in tandem, is it not? Because the restructuring is what is going to, it was at the review of the engineer. Let me shuffle you just to bring in some, but don't leave before you talk to us again. Let me shuffle engineer. Okay. So, yes, it was at the constitutional review that the Sultan was speaking, wasn't it? So the constitution is being reviewed as well as this going on. But
it is only a southern. It is only a southern president that can restructure this country. Don't get it twisted. This thing these guys are doing is just a waste of time. They will drag it and they will drag it, and it will take a southerner to be able to restructure this country. That is it. If you keep on waiting for the North, that is why even articles saying, oh, we want to, they are not going to do it. Not because they don't want to, but because they are afraid that they would lose out if they do it. Meanwhile, they have all the advantages. They have all the aces.
Because if they are going to restructure that country, then they can only really restructure it to be equitable. So they cannot just reward what we already have, which is just enslavement clauses. So if it's going to be restructured at all, it has to be restructured so that equity sits at the heart of that constitution. And in an equitable Nigeria, then everybody gets a chance. But thank you, Evolution. Let's hear from James. James, we see you. James.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, James.
Sorry for some time I've not been here, so I was so busy.
No, it's all right. You had to. Did you have to go to the village to go and visit mommy?
No, all right. Not really.
That's good. That's good. Good to have you.
I would like to talk about the looting, the $1 million US. If you look at it very well, from my own opinion, the way Nigeria is based structure is so simple. Let me use some few illustrations. You have a pussy cat, and at the same time, you know how to fry some fish, and everything you give it to the pussy cat to hold it for you. I don't think you are going to have that fish. And that is the system we find ourselves. Because there is no proper system on ground to do what is called checks and balance. The institutions that are supposed to govern Nigeria, they are dead already. So what we have now is just a kind of kill and divide. Appoint people of your choice to position and, bring out the money and just tell Nigeria someone is responsible for this position, and you just distribute money to them. And if you look at it very well, there is no place in the world such a thing is being practiced. Even so many African countries don't do that. You cannot expect the military general to be in charge of
without auditing, without any checks and balances, just hand over money to people that are barely literate.
It's a serious problem generally. Even as we are clamoring for restructuring, we should understand that as a Nigeria, we have nothing to. We did not learn anything good from Nigeria that can give anybody future. So, because you cannot expect a society where there is no institutions, as I said earlier, like Ministry of Defense, they are not in charge of defense. Ministry of Education, they are not in charge of education. Ministry of Work and Housing, they are not in charge of building of houses or construction of roads. Nigeria citizens grow up with that mentality of asking their Mr. President, and Governor. Governor is building roads. So it's very, very disappointing, because here in advanced country, there is I've never seen a place where people commission road or maybe commission building. It's totally impossible.
I mean, even it's just your local council that will build the road, isn't it? And then they'll complete it and go and build something else. It's not any.
Yeah, they just
you know what they do? A state governor will go and be commissioning borehole that built borehole. And then the money they spend on commissioning that borehole, is enough to build another 7 boreholes. It's just we're just clowns in our country.
Here, under normal circumstances, they don't supposed to be having access to the money. That is how society is being governed, you know. So although Ngozi Awala, when she came, these are things she wanted to tackle under Jonathan, but she discovered that the rottenness of such of that something is so deep in the heart of our people. So there's no way she's going to root it. And at the point, there was a silent threat against her life, which she doesn't want to disclose, and that's why she tried her best. All the policies she brought, everything failed. So automatically, even if we restructure, maybe competition will now make us to really come to a point where we have to look for a better way to do things. Look for a way to do things in a better way. So this is what I believe. Then let me leave that one there, because there's no way you can release such amount of money. You expect people to be honest. Totally impossible. In advanced world, they don't trust anybody. They don't trust their president. They don't trust the governor. They trust nobody. What they trust is the system. So automatically, we don't have a system of transparency and accountability. So it's totally inevitable. Even the man that talk good, if you put him there, he's still going to do the same thing. So look at
if it doesn't do the same thing, they'll just remove him, or they'll do what they did to Atahiro to him.
Some people will see him, or maybe some people believe it's their turn. So like you are blocking them, maybe tomorrow they may not be opportune to have that space again. So this is their turn. Let them quickly feed their pulse.
So to that space, Kingsley Moghalu for president, what is your assessment of Kingsley?
For me, the word Nigeria, I'm tired of that country.
Okay,
so whether they are going to elect my father or me, I don't understand whether it will bring anything good. Because if I look at the election that brought Jonathan into power, the first tenure, that is one of the most free and fair election in that country. And the first one that brought the first election that the first tenure of this our current president, I tell you, people really voted for him seriously, because they strongly believe someone will come with action that will change things. So my brother, we just have Nigeria brain. So all these people, when they are there now, once they are there, it's a different thing entirely. Maybe they will start pursuing a different agenda.
And the Sultan wanting to insert Sharia into the constitution.
This is the area I want to talk about. You know, the mindset of these people, we don't understand it very well. That is why we still believe Nigeria can work. First of all, they strongly believe that God, I'm talking about faith here, those who know how to practice faith very well understand, that God gave them the country, you understand, as a gift to rule and to make. And if you look at it carefully, you will understand that indeed they are really
do you really think they believe that, or do you think they just say that as a rallying call for their people? I don't believe they believe that.
No. Don't deny it for them. That is the first. That is the first agenda in their mind. So this is the first thing they have in their mind. It's just like, how will I put it? It's a belief that is rooted and grounded in them. So God chose them to turn that country for God. We are not talking about religion here. I'm saying God does give them an assignment that you will turn it for me. And they are doing it with a view of a reward from God. And every time we are thinking of planning for economic development or national development, what we are failed to understand that these guys are not after national development. They have a way, because we are even the one that are exposing their people. Their people don't even believe in the first case that development or money or wealth or good life is part of life. You can just allow them to sleep with cattle and they are just okay. They will not disturb as far as is within them. I don't know whether you understand. So as we are clamoring for a Western life or a Western style of development, we should understand that these people have a different view. So they
do they not want a Western life? What life do you think they want, James?
Well, everything or every word have a different meaning to different people. First of all, the Western culture.
And by the way, you just to interrupt you, you see, when I always say that Nigeria is a clash of civilizations, etc., you know that the orientation of the Northerners in Nigeria are essentially towards the Arab understanding of the world. So that is where they get their religion from. That is where they get their culture from. That is where they do their traveling. When they want to travel, they go to Qatar, they go to Saudi, they go to Dubai, etc. Yes, they like to get a British education, but their worldview is from that Arabian Peninsula. So now in the southern Nigeria, our worldview is from the West. Do you understand? So we are a Western-centric sort of like a society, and they are an Arab-centric sort of a society. So different worldviews.
Yeah, but let me just quickly, I hope you are a Christian, or even if you are not a Christian, you are a man of faith. Okay, imagine someone believing God is going to bless him, you pray, you fast, and you happen to become, your sons and daughters, they became the head of the custom, the army, the police. They're in charge of the oil of the country. They're in charge of the resources. They go to a meeting, decide how the country should look like, and nobody challenge them. Don't you think they will continue to believe such a faith? I'm telling you, these people are being motivated by faith and what is on ground. They believe God has indeed given the entire country to them. Until we realize it, we are not going to, I don't think we are going to look for a strategy to get ourselves out of them. So, but I strongly believe that with what they have done so far, they have succeeded to open the eyes of our people. And many people who are quiet, who are watching them, they are just calculating, because there is a battle on ground. Only that people just want to look for a better way to tackle it. And that is why some are making us, why some are quiet, but everybody just want the same thing. We are fed up with them, but they want to do it in a way that is more civilized. This is what I believe.
All right. Thank you, James. Chris, we see you. Chris Smart. Yes, you were wanting to come in earlier. So, Chris, what says you to the narrative?
Okay. Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Okay.
Okay. I've been following you for some time now. You know, sometimes I listen to what you people are saying, and I really appreciate of you people coming together and say something concerning what is happening for Nigeria. But you see, sometimes I begin to wonder, are we the same Nigerians, or there are some people they hire somewhere to come and say something? You see, I want to ask everyone on this platform this question right now. Can someone put you inside room and put Python, ask you to sleep, and wake up in the morning, maybe before they will take you to where you will see a benefit or where they will pay you? Can you do that? You can never do that. All of you are here talking about election, this one, who will be president. And you forget that there are some issues we need to talk about. It's not even an election. Everybody's life is under risk in this country.
No, we're talking about everything. Are you not aware that they have? Hold on. Hold on.
I'm coming.
Are you no? Hold on. Answer this question first. Are you aware, or are you not aware, that INEC has announced the timetable for the election? Are you aware?
I'm aware of that. I'm aware.
Okay, so then we're in election season. So what are you talking about?
Okay, what I'm saying is that we need to be talking about the terrorist group that one ethnic group bring up to 7 terrorist group, and if you see the way they are cutting people's head for,
we're talking about that too. We're talking about that too. We're talking about everything.
So now you see, sometimes I don't blame white people.
Hold on. Are you saying because there is crime? Hold on. Are you saying because there is crime going on in the country, we should not discuss elections, or elections should not take place because crime is going on in the country? What are you saying?
Hold on. Let me ask you one question now. Are you aware that they raised 2 major issues: restructure Nigeria or everybody go his own separate way? You have no issue. We are talking about the election. Is that what we should be talking about now?
No,
And
no.
the people
You can walk and chew
listen
gum
to
at
me.
the same time. Hold on. You
Listen to
can
me.
walk and
Listen to
chew
me.
gum at the same time. You don't have to abandon one for the other.
Wait. And now the people that you want to restructure are letting you know that they cannot accept the restructuring, and they cannot allow you to go. Now they hold you ransom, and you are busy talking about election.
That is a political position. No, hold on. What? No. Do you understand what you are talking about, Chris? Chris, hold on. Do you understand what you're talking about? Do you?
Let me tell you one thing.
What you are saying, let me tell you what you are saying so that you understand what you are saying, because you don't understand what you're saying. What you are saying is there's a clamor for restructuring within the Nigerian space, and there are some people that are pushing back against that clamor for restructuring within the Nigerian space. The people that are pushing back against the restructuring, they are the people benefiting from the structure. So all of that, it comes under one catchment, and it's politics. So that is just politics, what you've just said, or is it different from politics?
Okay, see now, now we need to do everything to help ourselves. Even though anybody who is not in Nigeria, he has a family in Nigeria here, he have a brother or sister, because if we should follow things like the way things is going, one day they can post you a picture of your mother, your brother, you see the head one corner,
no, you've gone too far. You've gone too far. No, that's I'm not taking that from you. Spark, let's hear from you.
Hello, good evening, everyone. I've just badged in now. Could you just put me up to speed what exactly we are trying to...
we're okay. Let me actually play you this clip by way of the first story. So this is the space that we're speaking to amongst other narrative.
Okay.
Of a Nigerian life. We live daily in the shadow of terrorists. The economy is collapsing. Many families cannot afford the price of food. Only the emergence of a visionary, competent, inclusive national leadership on the one hand, and the fundamental constitutional restructuring of Nigeria on the other can arrest Nigeria's ongoing and violent disintegration into a completely failed state. For the sake of the youth of our country, I intend, with all humility, to present myself again to Nigerians as a candidate for the office of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in the 2023 general elections. We, the Nigerian people, matter. We deserve better. Let's do this because we can and we must.
Okay.
So there you saw Kingsley Moghalu declaring his hand for the 2023 election. So we're in the full throes now of the campaign season. So we're speaking to that space. And on my community tab, I've drawn up a list of 12 that I feel the Nigerian president will come from. And over the course of the next days and weeks, I shall be bringing them in stretches or in strings of threes to discuss their possibilities. So the opening salvo to the political season, Moghalu throws his heart rather in the ring. So we're also speaking to a narrative coming out of Sokoto State with the Sultan of Sokoto wanting the hijab inserted into the Nigerian constitution. So a constitutional underpinning of the hijab, which is essentially the Shariafication of the Nigerian constitution. So we're speaking to that space. And then the missing $1 billion army deal is being covered up at the House of Representatives, as they have now discharged the committee that was set up to probe that without a result emerging from the probe. So that's the space.
Okay. Very interesting and loaded. Okay. First and foremost, you are very right. From the video clip, the election season has truly commenced. It's just that it's unfortunate it's happening against the backdrop of a seeming security breakdown across the country, especially in the north and now in the southeastern part of the country. Of course, you recall that when leaders of the South, that's South, South, Southeast, Southwest, and the Middle Belt met in Abuja on Sunday and Monday and yesterday, yes, Sunday, Monday, one of the demands they made, apart from the now mainstream message of restructuring, is that power must shift to southern Nigeria. In other words, the next president must come from either the southwest or southeast or south, but mainly southwest or southeast. So with Dr. Moghalu throwing his hat in the ring, it's in order. It's not unexpected because you cannot approach Nigeria as a political malice from just one standpoint of there's this crisis, we must have restructuring of the country will break. No, it's a two-pronged thing. This is like what I'm happy about is that in the mainstream politics of southern Nigeria, whether it's from the main APC, PDP, or other political parties, the message of restructuring is now the sing-song, which is going to be the platform for any election to hold. Of course, nobody is saying there shouldn't be elections, but the first thing should be done. Nigeria needs restructuring, whether it's to merge the 1963 constitution.
But there's a constitutional review going on at the moment.
Yes, but you see, the problem is that there is a legitimacy question hanging around the National Assembly for one reason, and I must be very blunt about it. The Northern Nigeria has the majority in the National Assembly. And
that is what Evolution was saying, that any constitution that emerges out of this dispensation that we're under now, you can throw that in the bin. Yes, because it's just going to be another, enslavement in different words.
Yes, the North will use the far North, although I don't know how much the South has been able to galvanize support from the North Central and other states in the far North. If that is done, then it would just barely scale through. But truth is, for any election, meaningful election to be held, there has to be a fundamental change. For me, personally, I would say the 2014 Confab report is already a template we could easily have just adopted to save us all this yearly constitutional review that always ends up short because the North will kill it when it comes to voting. And that is the problem, because the truth is, if at the end of the day, the Northerners, as expected, kill, because they're always the ones that say, you cannot hold sovereign national conference when we have a national assembly because they have the numbers. Now, if they kill it again, trust me, that would be like, let everybody now just go home. But for the election season, yes, it has to go on. We cannot stop that. We cannot deny.
I mean, to all intents and purposes, we're in the election season now. Yes, so yes. The Oduduwa nation has not seceded from Nigeria. Biafra has not seceded from Nigeria. Nothing has changed within the Nigerian landscape to say that no election will take place. So the schedule for the election has been announced, and people are already coming out to take a position. You heard Moghalu just then, and you've seen Tinubu doing his campaigning. So we're in the election season. So all these people coming to say that somebody's mother will be beheaded and whatnot, all this, forget all that. No, sorry, let me just, James, let me shuffle you to bring Ovi in. I'll bring you back, James. Yeah, carry on, Spark.
Okay, so you're right. But the thing is, look, the call for Oduduwa Republic, which is very loud now, and of course the Biafra agitation that has been on ground and is now mainstream in the Southeast, it's a fallout of the failure of our political structure and system, the crass nepotism and complete exclusion of other parts of the country in terms of key decisions. So that cannot be.
You know what's going to happen, Spark? When the election season gets into its full throes, the agitations for Oduduwa Nation and Biafra will peter down, because the two of them cannot occupy the same space, because it's the same noise space, that the two of them will vie for. So what controls the narrative? What narrative is the country going to be speaking to when the election season gets in its full throes? we will be speaking to the candidates or we will be speaking to secession. So when the election does start and all of the news headline goes towards the election, the agitations will just be a satellite noise that will just make maybe late Wednesday news that, oh, there were some skirmishes in Enugu, in Abeokuta with the agitators, and then they go back to who will be the next president. So once we get into the full throes of it, that space that is occupied by this agitation at the moment will be occupied by politics. That's the way it works.
Well, the thing is this, to some extent, yeah, but there's another issue we also have to look at. For the first time, many may say it's patronizing, but from the feelers I've gotten, the international community, especially the Americans and the Brits, they have finally accepted that there is, and they've told the government in unmistakable terms, there has to be some form of restructuring before elections. Nigeria cannot go into elections in this cloud of confusion, anger, and bitterness. Look at what is happening in Imo State for crying out loud. Look at what happened the other day. Okay, today.
So what is happening in Imo State? Is there anything that should be aware of?
Oh, I think, like, the army has gone full blast, arresting people and all that. Then, okay, some people were killed in Ebonyi. Many were killed. Now, you're having internally displaced persons in Ebonyi State. But what did Buhari say today? He was referring to Nnamdi Kanu, those that are beating the drums of civil war. We've given them enough time. It shows that the man, you can't go into election.
You know what that means? That means more killing. When it says you've given them enough time, that means more killing.
I mean,
so that means it's not going to go in even heavier-handed. I can't say it's going to go in heavy-handed because it's already heavy in the hand there. So if you're saying they've given them enough time, then they'll be picking bodies off the streets in the east.
And you cannot hold elections under such a circumstance. You cannot hold elections like that. And also because if they go ahead to do this now in the south, they will definitely turn to the west to face Sunday Igboho. And once you do that, the whole south is on fire. How then can you?
No, they won't turn to the west to face Sunday Igboho because they would not want that synergy between the west and the east. So what they will do is they will brutalize the east but ignore the west. And then, of course, maybe a Yoruba president. I don't know. We're just, I
know these are permutations. Yeah. But they are permutations. But the fact is, whatever happens before any election, Buhari and this APC, because it's in their manifesto, they cannot deny. It's one of the reasons why many people even gave them that latitude all this time, because they had said there was going to be restructuring. Now you don't want to do it.
Forget it. They call it takia. They call it takia in their culture. Yeah, boju boju. We call it boju boju in our culture. It's just,
It's okay. Then the other issue you talked about, the what was that now? You said $1 billion.
The insertion of the $1 billion missing. The House of Rep had ad hoc committee that had been set up to probe it. Firstly, they are not speaking to the right people because, of course, the people who were given that money to manage were not at all interviewed. So, which makes a nonsense of that whole committee. But to add insult to it, they said that the time had lapsed for that committee without them submitting a report, and they've been disbanded, they've been discharged. So effectively, cover up.
And this has been the pattern of the Nigerian state. When you have a key issue like this that involves lives and monies and things like that, along the line, they always find a way of, just sweeping it under the carpet. People will shout, people move. But you see, with what is happening now, the security situation on ground, the monies that have been fretted away in quotes to get the country to fight this insurgency, and it is spreading, it's going to be very difficult. Fine, they might sweep it off for now, as usual, political expediency, let's cover up our tracks, or we don't want to hurt some people. But you see, one day is one day, and we'll definitely
You know what I'm predicting, Sparks. Remember, you might well be too young to remember the Babangida period. But during that period, what they used to do is they would loot parastatal to the ground. They would loot everything, and then they would burn the building of that parastatal. So you'll be seeing a repeat of that almost certainly with these people because they've stolen too much. Even if we have an APC person replace Buhari, they've stolen that much that it is almost impossible for them not to be gone after. So it's almost a certainty that they'll start burning buildings down, Babangida style.
Yes, very true. So we should we should expect it any moment from now. That's true. It's and of course, you know, phantom crashes and all that. And, well, that's for that. But as for you talked about the Sultan asking for the insertion of hijab into Nigeria's constitution. I don't understand. Look, at a time when Nigeria is so tense, at a time when feelings have been bruised, I don't understand. I have Muslim cousins from my mother's side from the West, and I ask them sometimes, some of them, I say, look, let me just ask, when you put on this hijab, I know it's an injunction, but does it make you a better person? Is that really yes, you are showing identification with your faith, all right, but does it really make you a better person? It's, for me, hijab, these things are supposed to be personal. For me, religion is personal. It should never be a state matter. It should not be. It shouldn't be. But you know, in the north, they are really far north in particular. They are so, to them, religion is the most important thing to them. And unfortunately,
but you see, that is the thing, because in the core north, in the 12 northern states, when they already have a religious bent in their pretty much how they run their society. So already we're not really a secular country anymore. It's essentially what we're saying.
Yes, yeah. In fact, at every opportunity, they are chipping away at our greed foundations. And I'm sorry to say, with all due respect, that there's a growing small trend that is trying to birth in the Southwest, led by the Murik group. When I was in university, early 2000s, late 90s, I used to watch this Murik man come on TV, and he will be talking, and yes, you expect, okay, maybe it's a time to discuss religion, but the guy will spend half the time criticizing other people of other faiths. Initially, people used to laugh then. I told them, I warned my colleagues then.
He's a Yoruba man, is he not?
Yes, he's from Ife, from Ile-Ife. I told my colleague, I said, look, this man is implanting a very dangerous ideology. In the next few years, you are going to start having ideologues like that in the South, and it will be too bad. And unfortunately, I'm sorry to say, it is gaining ground little by little. Maybe not enough
but you do have reasons to be concerned, because as part of this constitutional review, because everybody will submit what they want in the constitution, and it's been put forward that Sharia courts should be established in the Southwest in Yoruba land. So that is part of what is being discussed as part of this constitutional review. But thank you, Spark. Let's Ada, we see you. So if you can't have your Ikemba of Umar here, if you cannot have his Biafra nation, you can at least have Moghalu as president. That's good news, isn't it, Abba?
Yeah, but we all know that he's not. We all know that he's not gonna make it. Hi, everyone. We all know that he's not gonna make it as president anyway. But in an ideal world, Moghalu is actually a very good candidate. You know, he's got all it takes to be a good president. But what will
the Ikemba of Umar here say about that?
Can you not just go there, please? I'm not interested in that. Can we move on?
Okay, all right. It's only gentle teasing now. Can you not even take gentle teasing?
I don't want to come here and do that every night.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right. You know I can't help it now, because you guys just make it so easy for me. All right. Okay, but sorry to the space. All right. Yeah, but no, I personally am a huge Moghalu fan, you know, so for me, yes, hurrah. I thought he had packed up politics, but I was heartened to see him throw his hat in the ring, you know, so that's good news.
Yeah, because I think after the last time he said he was packing up, like you said, to face, he said he was going to do something about political education or something like that. But it's good he came out, but I mean, it's just what it is. I'm not holding my breath. I'm not seeing.
No, I don't think even he expects to be president, but I think he's just playing himself into the space to then be part of the negotiations or whatever. You know, it's just, you know, putting his name forward to build a base to negotiate for whatever comes of it, you know, so yeah.
Are you saying that he doesn't have a good intention?
No, he does have. He wants to be a political player in the space, but I don't think even Moghalu thinks that he is going to be the next Nigerian president. No, but if like an Atiku Moghalu ticket, for instance. So when they start to discuss the permutations and they are saying, okay, an Igbo person must be in Nassau Rock in one form or the other, either as president or vice. Then, and they start to then go through of the list of the names that are possibilities, then of course his name is already resonating in the landscape and is part of the political permutation. So he's just playing himself into the game.
Oh, well, it could be, you never know, but at the end of the day, like I said, in an ideal world, I mean, last time I supported him, and this time I'm not going to waste my time doing that anyway. So
yeah, you have a vote.
Yeah, but I'm not going to waste my time trying to vote because it's a farce. You know, it's a waste of time. And so, but in an ideal world, if things were different, you know, he will be a candidate. I will stand behind. I will campaign for him. I will do everything to make sure he goes in because age-wise, he's got it. He's got. He may not have much political experience, you know, compared to some other people who are also vying for the same position. But I would stand behind him, to be honest, if things were different. But it's what it is. So, like you said, he's probably doing it to keep up with relevance, so that if any opportunity comes, at least he would be able to take it. So that's a reason.
So to the $1 billion, I know. I mean, every day is 200 million here, is 500 million there, you know, and we are borrowing 2 billion, and all. I mean, it's just. I mean, speak to the space because it's just. It's alarming, but we must continue to highlight it. We can't get inured to this sort of level of looting that this is just how it is. This cannot be how it is, and it's unacceptable.
Of course, we can't stop talking about it because it looks like all we can do for now. Because if they are not gonna stop looting, you know. So at any opportunity they have, they're gonna take whatever they can take. And just like you said, this government has they've looted so much, you know, that there's actually like no remedy to the extent of damage to the country and to the economy. So it's quite unfortunate where we found ourselves. It's so sad.
And hijab in the Constitution, what says you?
Are you sure he actually said that hijab should be put in the Constitution? I really didn't see where he mentioned that specifically. He made that comment during a constitutional review, but he didn't say. Okay.
Here is the link to the article. You can read it. Even from the headline, you can see it already there. It says, Sultan asks for inclusion of right to wear hijab in the Constitution. You can see it there.
I've read about 3 different articles which are worded differently. From what my understanding, he was saying that people who wear hijab should be able to wear it freely. And that he doesn't.
Well, no, nothing stops them from wearing it freely at the moment.
That's the question I was going to ask after that, because I don't think anything.
But then, if it's against the dress code of the school, then although it should not be against the dress code of any school, because the religion should be respected. Yeah, so nothing should stop them from wearing hijab. It's a choice, freedom of religion.
Yeah, I don't know, but
it's not a constitutional matter.
I don't think that it's been a problem for people to wear hijab in Nigeria. So
I think some schools in Yoruba land were pushing back, maybe in Ondo State. I'm just going from memory now that there were a lot of issues about people wearing the hijab to school, etc. So yeah, there's been skirmishes around wearing the hijab in especially schools and offices. So there's been pushback on that.
It is in Osun State.
In Osun State, yeah. So there you go.
Okay, yeah, so probably based on that,
Iloni too. That's of recent.
Yeah, yeah.
So probably based on that, he's now thinking that it's better for it to be included in the constitution. But how can you include wearing hijab in a constitution when Nigeria is technically meant to be a secular state? So how can that two go together? But in that same statement he made, he also said that people of other religion should be encouraged, to do whatever it is that their religion.
Yeah, but that is an afterthought now. This I mean, you are. I mean, come on, you are too savvy for that sort of language. This is I make my position by saying, okay, but you two can have something, no, but give me, but you two can have something. That's just
no,
that's
but
just
one man
a
you
spin.
should take him by his
I think
words.
someone had said it earlier here that it's actually the wrong timing. Sometimes you wonder what goes on in these people's heads. It's actually
because sorry, Ada, to interrupt you. I was just suggesting that the Sultan of Sokoto is not even so much a king, but a religious leader, and it's not a religious leader within the Nigerian space. It's a religious leader that cascades that Sahel region. So he's the one that calls the Ramadan for virtually everybody in the Sahel region and the entirety of Nigeria. So it's an important person within the religion. But when he's speaking to the political landscape, especially given the sort of dynamics that we have in Nigeria, I was just reflecting that maybe he should just set aside that garb of being a religious person and just speak to nationhood, because of course he's one of the top tier. I think him and then the Oni of Ife and maybe one other, they are the top. They are considered. He's the joint president of the Obas or whatever they have their own body for the rulers, etc. He and the Oni of Ife are the co-president. So he should be speaking to a nationalistic tone that encompasses all and not especially promoting the narrative of his religion, especially given the sort of a climate we're in now, where there's a religious extremist in the driving. So you know what I mean, Ada?
Exactly. That's the insensitive, being insensitive, the thing we were talking about. Because if actually it's as patriotic as he would want us to believe, this is not the time for him to be calling for hijab to be added in the constitution. But anyway, it's only a suggestion that he made. But knowing Nigeria for what it is,
yeah, but the weight of his suggestion, yeah.
I'm afraid that it's going to happen,
Yeah, of course, almost certainly.
That's the sad thing. Is going to happen, but if just because of Nigeria for what it is, and they've got the power, they've got everything. So if they want it to happen, it's very easy for them, and nobody will do anything. We'll all just end up lamenting and crying in 1 or 2 days, and everybody will move on.
So Ada, this is the first time you've come on stream since the 31st of May. So to speak to that space, holy and all that. We had a big celebration here, but you did not join us.
I'm not interested in going down that lane if you want. Let's
No. But just speak because of course that's your narrative is in your name as well, and just to the seriousness of it. Because what I was saying was that just from the impact of the compliance level, etc., that it can no longer be the case that we continue to make a mockery of the agitation or the IPOB narrative, because of course their level of potency was demonstrated visually by the level of compliance that we saw. So a huge success it was.
Yeah, it was a huge success. It was nearly 100% success, and good. At least people like you now, because I remember you saying your own metrics was 45% or
40%. Yes, I was setting them. If they had gotten 40%, I would have said it's a success, but they got near 100%. So that just shows you the strength of the influence.
So it shows you, like you said, the strength of his strength, and then the faith, or belief that people have on him. I watched your show last night, though, when you were asking, were people kind of, did people obey because they were scared or because they wanted to? You had that narrative last night. So
that's a legitimate narrative. But what Ovie was saying, that irrespective of how it happened. So exactly. So I'm happy to go with that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So whether they were coerced into doing it, or whether they did it out of their own willingness, the thing is that it happened, and it has proved people like you wrong. You know that this is actually.
It didn't prove me wrong, because I don't need. I had no position. I'm just observing the landscape to see, you know, what's going on there. So,
but one man, I disagree with you. How it happens matters. If
yes, we can't take it from them. Yeah, go on.
So what was I going to say? And yeah, and since you've gone back there, I wanted to also point out something. You know, you kept talking about the candlelight procession. He never asked people to go for procession. What he did ask was for the sit at home, and then the candlelight he mentioned wasn't a procession. It was for people to light up candles, like in their homes or in their surroundings.
Okay, light a candle in the window, sort of thing.
Yeah,
in memory.
So he never called for.
Yeah, because this is, I got into one with Moses, not Moses, Morris over there, because I was saying that asking people to do a candlelight procession is putting them in harm's way, and he did not quite fully. Yeah, because
he actually told people to stay at home. Make sure you stay in those places. Very dangerous.
So how is this then capitalized on? How is this moment seized and moved forward? What comes off the back of this?
I feel for him as a person, this could give him kind of more validation, you know, and then kind of something to also stand on, and the reference point in the future to say, I called for this, and there was 100% compliance. So the people, it could be so many ways. The people actually listen to me. It could also be, that was the referendum, you know, done, sort of, that the people have support this movement and what we are calling for.
Yes, just two comments off the back of that. The first one is, now with what we saw, we can now say that singularly that guy has control of that region over and above anybody that says he's sitting in some state house and calling himself a governor, because his word carries more weight than the word of any governor within that space. The other thing is the argument that we have been having, that is it a Biafra nation, is it a Biafra agitation or an Oduduwa, not an Oduduwa, is it a Biafra agitation or an Igbo nation agitation? I think that was settled also on, was it Sunday? Yeah, that was also on Monday. That was also settled on Monday, because of course, what we saw categorically is a near 100% compliance in Igbo land, and aside from Asaba, of course, a disregard from everywhere else that is considered Biafra region. So Igbo nation, and well done to Nnamdi Kanu. Evolution, did you wanted to chime in?
Yes,
Evolution?
I want to chime in because we keep on missing the narrative. How will you open your mouth and say that the method with which the compliance was achieved does not matter? It matters. These are the building blocks of a society. Somebody opened his mouth and said that you must stay home, that if you come out and open your business, they will kill you and burn your business. And we are here trying to say that it does not matter. It matters. You don't even want Ada Biafra. You don't even want that kind of leader.
No, don't point it at Ada, because Ada just wants an easy day.
I'm not interested.
No. Just speak to the. Just speak to the.
Whatever you want to say.
Don't point it at. Yeah. Oh no, it's okay, Ada. It's okay, Ada. Yeah.
I withdraw.
But really, we spoke we spoke to that at length, Evolution, yesterday as well, and I even brought up a clip where this guy was saying it, but they are saying that he was actually saying to protect them from Nigerian forces.
Even America held their Remembrance Day. It did not stop people from going about their normal business. We can hold, I am not even against holding the Remembrance Day on that same day. But you cannot now tell people that if you go about your normal business or your daily activity that you feed your family from and pay taxes to the government from, that they would kill you. Who is enforcing it? a group of ragtag, hungry,
okay.
hungry, unemployed.
Hold on, Evolution. I suspect we might well spend a lot of time in that space because Freeman is going to join us soon. But
but let me just make my narrative.
Yeah.
You cannot have a nation that is run by fiat of somebody.
Or fear and intimidation.
Fear and intimidation, telling people that it is wrong and we must begin to correct these things in our society. Even if you are a strong follower of Nnamdi Kanu, when he says things that you know that are clearly silly and foolish, you should call it out. Because there is no perfect person.
Don't rile people. I know your game, Evolution. You want to wind people up.
So let him just finish whatever he's saying. And one might move on to the next person.
Yes, Evolution. Let's hear from Ovie. I think we get the drift of where you're going. Ovie, what says you? So to the space, Moghalu for president, hijab in the constitution. And of course, missing $1 billion. But what is news there, Ovie?
Missing $1 billion is not a news.
Yes.
That's a normal thing.
It's a Tuesday in Nigeria. It's just another day, just a Tuesday.
Under our uncle, Sambo Dasuki stole $2 billion, and today is a free man. So the same military too. It's a cash cow. It has been a cash cow from day one. So
you know why it's a cash cow? Traditionally, you don't audit the accounts of the military because, of course, it's shrouded in mystery because you don't want to the sort of weaponry that they have, etc. So they just say because of our national security and national this and that just give them the money but don't ask for account.
Military formation anywhere in the world is a cash cow. America, are getting over what? They're getting like 700 billion every year as their budget.
It's not even trillions that they are getting there now.
So I mean, so that's not a news. And
hold on, Ovie. Before you carry on, let me just shuffle Spark. So carry on, Ovie. Yeah.
Moghalu, my guy. I mean, you
how do you rate him?
There's one thing you said about him that I kind of, give it a second thought, which is like he maybe is looking for that vice presidential space. Because
obviously, even he knows that he's not going to be president, but he's saying so
he's a poster child. He's a poster child. So I still see the hands of the Fulani to dragging him into the equation. But now Passenger boy.
Well, is Lamido's boy, isn't he? Is Lamido's boy Sanusi? Is Sanusi's boy?
Passenger too is there. Passenger and the MB, they are godfather. Coverup. So that's another thing to tell you that the politics are started, and I think it's actually a move there to undermine
just to interrupt you, Ovie. When they start to discuss the politicking of it, an article names comes forward, and they are saying that he has to run with an Igbo person. So then, of course, Peter Obi and Kingsley Moghalu will then be the persons that they'll be giving consideration to. So it's just plain his name into the space, by my reckoning.
If you are going by what you just narrated, I mean, we are going to see two Abokis on the ticket.
Is Moghalu and Aboki?
It's going to be vice. So Moku na they underrate the Fulani, so they don't get sense. Now Moku did underrate them. Now let's go.
We'll see how it plays out. Yeah.
Let me push it to that narrative again. Sultan. Only una go say they know they are illiterate. They know this, they know do this. But when they cough, una go they shake. Somebody suggestions they made they put hijab for constitution. You they holla. If they come by the time the constitutional review train go reach, I go tell Obase make it tell them say make it go put Igbe worshiping for constitution. Abi, we go argue ram if we succeed. If they actually succeed in putting hijab in the constitution,
Ovie, I know you are not naive to this space. The Sultan of Sokoto is the lead voice of the religious leaning of the Fulanis, and Buhari is a Fulani religious bigot. So of course, I mean, what he says carries a lot more weight. There's more likelihood of that happening than if somebody else says
No
it.
matter how heavy he carries, he no fit just jump from a mountain, enter constitution. They have to work for it. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If they actually get it through, that means they work for him. Working for it, that means they bribe a lot of our own people, give them money, give them position, send them go to buy and all that. And you know, you won't blame them for that. That means they work for it. So if Oba stand up tomorrow, say maybe they worship, maybe they try introduce Igbe worshiping for constitution. Okay, that is just a statement. That depends on you. So the way they react to that, they make me say, "God, these are the same people say they are illiterate. Why anytime they cough, now go they shake?" I don't understand. So at any time, I think we spend more time talking about this Fulani and if we spend 1/10 of that time, they drill our own elite. If we drill our own elite, that means we mean business to actually achieve Nigeria we want or the succession we want. But when we spend so much time in state, they call the Fulani out, they call them out, and these people are still going. We keep calling them out. Why are we discussing about this?
But these are the people.
Season.
Hold on. These are the people dominating the political landscape. So
they are not doing it. They are not doing it. They are doing it in collaboration with our people. By the time we start time to discuss our people, the competition comes.
No, but we are discussing all the permutations. We are discussing Moghalu now and his permutations. We're discussing Tinubu's permutations. We're discussing El Rufai's permutations. So all of the permutations and the Fulanis, of course, are at the front seat at the moment.
No, what I'm alluding to that, this is the time where these people are going at each other, bargaining, giving and taking, they compromise, give everything ahead. This is what is going on right now. And if we know they talk about one people, they call them out. Guess what? At the end of the day, we will get two Fulani men in the ticket and we don't get choice. If you like, vote. If you like, no vote.
Does it really matter? Does it really matter if we have two Fulani men on the ticket?
I don't care. You understand? Nobody to carry gun.
It matters.
Why does it matter? Hold on, Ovie, hold on. Ada, why does it matter?
Yeah, because before now, we've been doing zoning, isn't it? So it's time to
where has that led us? Is it not the zoning that has given us Buhari now?
Yeah, but the thing is, if we are going to have a restructuring or whatever anybody wants to call it, we need to have it, you know, and set these things outright. But if that's not going to happen before 2023,
I would prefer.
Can I finish, please? Can I make my point so you understand where I'm coming from? So what I'm trying to say is, personally, I'm not an advocate of zoning. I would rather vote for somebody who is capable of leading the country, irrespective of his religion or his ethnicity. That is what I would vote for. But because before now, we've been doing zoning and the North has benefited more from the zoning. So we cannot now...
Why do you say that?
Me, I am against zoning.
No, hold on. How has the North benefited more? We had 8 years of we had 8 years of Obasanjo, 6 years of 6 years of good luck, and we've had 8 years of Buhari.
Obasanjo and good luck are they the only presidents that Nigeria has had since 1960?
No, but we didn't have zoning then. We started zoning in 1999.
Buhari himself is a product of zoning.
Yes, exactly. So that makes the point. So
we can't come now without having that table discussion that we need to have to change things, and then say, "Oh, we're not gonna do zoning anymore," and then we'll end up with two northerners again. And tomorrow we'll start lamenting again.
To be honest with you, hold on, Ovie. No, I just want to, sorry, I'll come back to you in a moment just to say this to Ada, and she might not even like it. But Ada, to be honest with you, I would prefer an Atiku presidency to a Tinubu presidency. I would. Yeah,
in an ideal situation, yes. That's like I said, for me.
Because I consider Atiku to be more competent than Tinubu.
Even now, you said it, you're going to support Moghalu. Moghalu is not a Yoruba man. So that tells
it doesn't matter. I don't care. You know, so
that speaks volume of you and what you stand for. So I do understand that. But Nigeria is a peculiar case. It's not an ideal country. So we cannot...
Okay, let's Ovie, carry on. Sorry, you were speaking to that what's it called? Turn by turn space over here.
I am against turn by turn, I'm against zoning. In anywhere in the world, you know, if you just come out for your bedroom, go become president, you either buy your way there or you negotiate your way there. Let it be that. Anybody become president, who cares? All this zoning and zoning, that's why the country is being where it is. By the time they can't give you Obama now, he will focus on his people. Now, so now they can't give Fulani man. Fulani man decided to focus on the people, and he did exceptionally well for the Fulanis. If he fuck Nigeria up, that is not his business. He has interest and he's doing well. So all these zoning are crap. If you want to become a president of Nigeria, put your hand in, negotiate your way, buy your whatever you need to do, go there and get the job done. All this zoning and it draws back. It draws back. Tomorrow when I go to the full animal no get sense. No, go for it. I don't care. I don't know how you take do them. Go meet your way. No, they say zoning and they put us.
But you should care, you know, especially given the situation of the country now, where it's effectively a slaughterhouse.
Listen,
you know, as a result of this winner takes all attitude.
My question is that how did this
winner takes all attitude that's led us here?
It's because our men, our people are a bunch of people who compromise every goddamn day. That's why these people are so powerful. So why would they blame them?
Look, Ovie, you heard the narrative. Obasanjo 8 years, Goodluck Jonathan 6 years. Under a civilian dispensation, the Southerners have had an share
I don't care about all that. If you don't pass, we are moving forward now. We begin to say negotiate. We begin to say zoning. Before you know, you go see two Aboki on top ticket. And it's over. So let's
what I'm asking is, does it really matter if we have to Aboki on the ticket?
For me, it doesn't matter. I don't care. I don't care. Doesn't matter.
All right, Freeman, I've been waiting for you for 2 days. You know, in fact, I even took time out of my day to prepare for you yesterday, but you never turned up, Freeman. So, are you there, Freeman?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Before you talk, because hold on, Freeman. Before you talk, hold on. I prepared for you, so let me. I did this for you, and then you never turned up, but now you are here. So let me bring you in properly, because this I did for you.
Another Savior, holy, 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 another Savior, holy, 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 holy,
well, this is Mobi.
So, Freeman, what I did was I took all the photographs I could of that Monday occasion, and then I set it to the background of your favorite music, and then I waited for you to turn up, but you never did. But here you are, Freeman. A success it was.
Yeah, you know why? Because I was among those who sat at home. So I don't have any business with you yesterday. You know, I really tried to preserve and respect the fallen heroes, you know. So that's what I did yesterday. And you know, we sit at home to respect our fallen heroes. I've told you the other time, each and every family, if not the family, the village, if not the village, kindred, if not the kindred, community, each and every community, people lost someone during the war. Even evolution, I came in directly because of evolution. I really want where he from. Evolution, where are you particularly?
No, don't attack anybody. Hold on.
Because you sound like
no, Freeman. Please.
No, I have to
please.
Listen.
No. I can mute you. You know I can
mute you. I can defend myself.
Yes.
No, hold on.
It's just language. You know why? Normally
I can defend myself.
Hold on, Evolution. Freeman, don't attack anybody, because you know I can mute you and you know I can delete you, but you know I also enjoy your company, because when you're at your best, you're a gentleman. So be that gentleman that we know you for. Don't attack anybody. Off you go, Freeman. Just celebrate your success rather than celebrate your success. This is what we want to hear from you.
Sorry to use. Yeah.
No, carry on.
we don't fight the hand that feeds us, you know. Yeah, we don't fight the hand that feeds us, you know. Nobody force anybody to sit at home, but we preserve the respect, even not those to Ojuku or the one you showed now. You know what I mean? So even in my own family, I respect the fallen hero. You know, we lost 2 people in my father family. So do you think that someone will tell me to sit at home or to respect them? Then I will say no, or I will be saying no if you don't go. No, that's not a threat. That is not a threat. It is what we're supposed to do. Let me tell you, back home, the little ones, 3 or 5 years,
Hold on, Freeman.
was asking.
Hold on, Freeman. Let me play you one more thing just to add to your narrative. Let me play you one more thing. Hold on, Freeman. This is speaking to what you're saying.
I am warning everybody tonight, if you come out on the 31st on Monday, you are going to die. I don't want Nigerian army to kill you and then you start blaming people that are innocent. Because some of you hate yourselves. Self-hatred is the key killer of the destiny of the East. Self-hatred. When you hate yourself, other people will hate you 4 times over. If you come out on the 31st, I'm warning everybody you're going to die. That very day, and should the zoo army attack?
So you heard the man there, Freeman. So yes, a lot of the people who adhered to that will be doing it of free will. And I don't want to take anything away from the success at all, because I celebrate that success too. I even did a montage. But then, of course, if you go out on the 31st, you're going to die, you know? So better to be cautious than to be foolhardy, you know? So how does that play into the situation as well, Freeman?
Good. You saw what happened. There was a video. I think you played the video yesterday, or you say something about it. The camion, the truck that was carrying tomatoes. You saw what happened. I think you saw what happened. What happened there? The soldiers were killing people. We are sure is what he was protecting, because he really knew that something like this will happen. When he allowed people to come out, they will take law into their hands. It's exactly. I think you saw it, and you say it today. You saw what the Nigerian soldiers did, shooting to people that refused to stay at home. Had it been they all stay at home, they will not be shot. I think you know what I mean. Okay, look at one thing again. Why it's just like it was just like a spirit saying, "Stay at home. Don't come out." The man that was shot in Owerri, had it been everybody was out of the street, what do you think that will happen?
No, let's leave the dark narrative, because I was really wanting you to celebrate, because it was a big success. Remember, I was saying even if you got 40%, I would give him applause, and you were telling me that it was going to be 100%.
Yeah.
But it looks as though you were closer to being right than my cynicism. So a real moment in time for the IPOB movement.
Good. And you know, and excuse me, just let me chip in one thing. You know, particular yesterday was a very big day, and it has continued. The kids from 4-5 years was asking, "Mommy, what's happening? Why everywhere was quiet? No school, no market, nobody on the street." Yeah, then we start telling them story. This is what happened. Now they knew that, oh, Biafra with Nigeria. When? What happened? They keep telling them the story that they will never ever forget. This is a story. Look, I've been telling my son about this to Nigeria before the lockdown. What in Owerri?
Don't hold on. Don't over radicalize your son. Don't over radicalize your son. Let him, he's an European, so his narrative is different. Don't over radicalize him.
Yes, listen, he is an European but originated from Biafra. He is Biafran Spanish. That is what he is. That I normally tell them, hey, you are Biafran Spanish. When we are in Owerri, I was standing with him and my daughter is taller than me, So there was an army patrol. They just stopped. Then one came out. I don't know what they were discussing. Then he just came and asked my son, where are you from? The boy answered him, from Biafra. Even me, I was surprised. He asked him again, where are you from? The boy said, I'm from Biafra. Then the military guy asked my daughter, where are you from? Then my daughter said, we are from here. Then my son again, where are you from? He said, from Biafra. Then he asked me, are they your kids? I say, why are you asking? I say, of course. Then he told me that they were debating if she was my daughter. I say, oh, well, of course. He said, yeah. He said, yeah, good, So then he asked me, is this what you guys are teaching them over there? I said, yes.
When you did not eat beans when you were younger, you should have eaten beans, then you'd have been tall. Did you not know to eat beans? Why are you so short, Freeman? What's wrong with you? we have to be eating beans,
Yeah, I'm okay with my height now.
No, I'm only joking.
I'm only okay joking. With my height. And you remember, Jesus Christ listen, upon the multitude standing, Jesus Christ went to the house of the shortest man. So that's a story, But that's a bygone. Listen, it's not good to fight a hand that feeds you, We are now the
Freeman, was it not so? I want you to be honest. Freeman, hold on. Right. Freeman, I want you to be honest. Was it more successful than you anticipated? Was the day more successful than you thought? I know you were always confident, but was it more successful than you anticipated?
It's very, 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 very. I know that's how it's gonna be. Really, we know that it's gonna be. This is not the first time, man. We have done it. This is the third time, if I would say this. But this one shut everybody up. Even you, it lets everybody to that now. The whole one. We are one. We are one. Now, if the end of, come on, let's stand here and let's, no man, even the whole governors will stand on our side. I tell you the truth, and that's the only truth. So no doubt about it. Okay. So I wonder why whenever people like Evolution came out here and start bringing some words, I feel ashamed. I really feel ashamed.
No, hold on. Freeman, everybody, hold on. Freeman, this is where I always have a problem. Everybody's politics cannot be your politics. Your politics is what you're speaking to, and you feel it with a passion. Evolution's politics is his politics. Ada, Ovie, Ego, myself, we all have our own individual politics. So that you hold your own politics should not be that you should weigh against somebody else's politics, even though it's opposed to yours. So this is the thing. We're all individuals, so everybody has their own politics.
The truth of the matter is that...
Yes, so, everybody has... If everybody has their own politics, he has to... When once he don't belong, I have seen it belong to IPOB, but he is an IPOB. But he better keep short and stop
hold on.
Talking anything about that. Whenever
hold on, Freeman, he's entitled. He's entitled to. He's entitled to speak to whatever topic, and he's as equally as Igbo as you are. You are not any more Igbo than he is because you are IPOB, you know. That is your politics. That's individual to you. You know, so you have to, I mean, you know now, so I don't have to tell you, you know.
This is the problem I have with some of our people. The high level of intolerance.
Which people?
Nnamdi Kanu's followers. Nnamdi Kanu's followers, because it is not every Igbo man that has Nnamdi Kanu as Lord and Master. I don't. And so many other people share that same opinion, share that same space. But your level of intolerance and mob action and radicality is suffocating voices that have opinions that are different from yours. Our people.
But if I may ask you, what?
Let me even address something.
Is he doing the right thing or the wrong thing?
I have problems with his methods. His methods is what I have issues with. I don't disagree with the fundamental thing that he is saying of the injustice that has been meted out against Igbo in Nigeria. Nobody, even a blind person, a dumb person, an imbecile knows that we have been dealt an unfair hand. We just have different ways that we want to address it.
Apart from him, whoever has come up, apart from him, excuse me, apart from him, apart from him, whoever has come out to say this, and
which one is apart
from him? Have you come out to say it?
People have been speaking.
People
in
like
the past. Nnamdi Kanu did not originate.
Like
we had Masob. We've had Ojukwu. We've had so many. We
people
had
like
Owazurike. People have been speaking. Nnamdi is just one of the voices. Except that right now his method and his messaging is awful. But I really want to speak to the level of to the method of if you come out, we will kill you. See, the nature of the Igbo man would not even tolerate that kind of governance.
Who's gonna kill you? Is the Janjaweed.
You cannot.
Is the army and police will kill you
have
if you come out because they are ready to
this
kill.
narrative of Janjaweed again. Look. Regardless of what you call them or you label them, the people that are carrying out all the crimes in the Southeast today are ESN, also known as unknown gunmen. These are people that are being commanded by Nnamdi Kanu to kill police and kill army in a state that you want to.
Do you know how many people the police has killed?
These level
you know
of
how many people the
whataboutism.
army
I don't like whataboutism. What is wrong is wrong. Killing is wrong. Murder is wrong.
Do you know how many people?
Okay,
evolution, calm down.
Okay.
Do you know how many people?
Okay. Sorry. I've muted.
Do you know how many people the army and police
evolution,
has
and I'll mute Freeman as well. So Freeman, I only really brought you in to celebrate. Hold on, I brought you in to celebrate that moment, which I think you have done. So I'm going to shuffle you just so we can. We don't, because people are tired of that space. So let's not be spending too much time there anymore. Ovia, yeah, you were about to.
I think what Evolution just narrated speak to what I've been saying, that they are giving the federal government a reason to just keep doing and undo, to score cheap points. I mean, I understand the police are unruly in that part of the country, but you killing a police officer, I mean, anywhere in the world, that's not it's not even something to negotiate or talk about. Once you kill a uniformed person, I'm sorry, nobody's going to listen to you anywhere in the world.
Yes, so, that's true.
Regardless of how you want to say it, I mean, you can't just be killing police officers. I mean, there's a better way to take your revenge on the federal government, but not killing a police officer. Those guys follow rules, and the rule says obey before command. It's not their fault. It's a job for them. So it's very tricky. Yeah? So I kind of understand how evolution is going. So the federal government will keep doing and undoing in that region just based on those, one or two things.
As time goes on, because there's no way that we're going to be having these sessions that we are not going to be speaking to the IPOB.
The man is a newsmaker.
Yeah.
The man is a newsmaker, so there's no way you can. He likes it.
Yes, so there's no way that we're not going to be speaking to that space. But as time goes on and we know each other more, I'm hoping that the conversation becomes a bit more evolved rather and enlightened, and it's not so sectarian and so tribal. Because of course, the issues is really what we need to be speaking to dispassionately, so that we can find the best language for the space and the best solutions. But of course, it very quickly gets ethnic. So, Nodi, we see you. So, to the narrative of today, Moghalu for president.
Modern politics. Modern politics is about ethnicity. That's
yes.
Civilization, as they would say.
Yeah, no,
one man.
Yeah, carry on.
Can you give me I'm on the phone here.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah.
I typed a message in the private chat, but I don't think you saw it.
I said
asking if I could say something. Oh, sorry.
No, let Ovie make a quick comment and then we'll come to Ada. Yeah, Ovie, make your comment and then we'll go to Ada.
I mean, in today's politics, ethnicity, you can't read that. That's just the politics of the day. I mean, they call it class of civilization. So it's not. I mean, Nigeria, for the fact the way the Nigeria constitution is set up, the way we reason and every other.
Even forget the constitution, the way we are as a people, when you have in excess of 250 ethnicities, subgroups within a nation, then of course the language will always be about ethnicity. And
coupled with the influence of the Western way of life and Western education, and that destroy everything too. We don't even know who we are anymore.
So Ada, yeah, you're about to say something.
Yeah, I was asking if I could say something regarding the video you played earlier. I don't know if Events has taken that over or
no. Is it the which one? The song
the one
or
about You Will Die? Sorry, not you.
No. Carry on. Yes.
Yeah. Well, what Nnamdi Kanu was saying is that if he was actually advising people not to go outside because it's dangerous out there. He wasn't referring that ESN or Nnamdi Kanu or IPOB is going to kill people that open their businesses or people that go outside. If I'm sure most of us here have been following the news during, or rather, just a few days before that sit-at-home order, some Nigerian government had sent more security operatives. They actually said that because of the sit-at-home order that they are sending reinforcements, to the east. So obviously the place security-wise was heated, and Nnamdi Kanu was giving an advice that people should not go out because of security.
Did you watch that session in full? Because I did. He started off by saying, "Oh, I'm going to do this quickly because there's football on." So he did it on the day of the Champions League, and I listened to the whole session. So I suggest you do as well, because he said a lot, but I'll just leave that there.
Okay, well, yeah, I listened to it as well. It was a short session, like you said. I did listen to it, but what I'm saying is that, in summary, his main point is that it's dangerous out there, and the army had the Nigerian security operatives had sent reinforcement in preparedness for that particular day. Even the media themselves, who got the dates wrong, started reporting about that sit-at-home from the 30th or even the 29th, talking about how people were not complying and all that, and how security operatives are moving about. So there was so much going on, and obviously they that claim to have security details know what details that they do have. So his advice to people wasn't because ESN or Nnamdi Kanu was going to come out and kill them because they came out, but it is for their own interest to stay indoors because because of the security what was going on in the east, or rather what is still going on in the east. Police and army are arresting people and tagging them ESN members, and there's a story, you may have seen it, of the boy that was arrested in Akwa Ibom. He's a polytechnic student, and his friend was taking him to go deliver an artwork he's done for somebody, and they were in a motorcycle. His friend was riding him in a motorcycle, and the police captured them, kidnapped them, and then told them to switch their phones off, and their families were looking for them, went everywhere looking for them, even went to the police stations and couldn't find them, only to now see them being paraded in the television after a few weeks as ESN members. And the police were claiming that they went to ESN camp where they captured these people. But this boy's brother has come to Twitter, taken to Twitter to say that his brother is only a polytechnic student who also does artwork. And on that particular day that he went missing, he went to deliver his work. So this is just like one single story, you know, from the whole mix. A lot is going, unfortunately, a lot is going on in the Southeast at the moment. And
you see, a lot is going on in the Southeast, and a lot of it, you have to sieve through a lot of the things that you're hearing from the Southeast. I say that because even I made mention, I think yesterday or the day before, about how the army were going through hostels in Imo State University, picking up male students and matching them off as ESN members. So they were sweeping them up, and there was even a clip that purports to show this. But then, of course, today that story has been entirely debunked. The registrar of that university says it's the fakest news that he has ever heard, that not only do they not have hostels where students are congregated in private buildings that are built, that he has contacted the heads of virtually every house that students are known to live in, and there's been complete feedback that everybody is surprised to see the news because no such thing happened. But then, of course, that thing trended all over Twitter for at least maybe 48 hours. So we have to sieve through a lot of the news that is coming out of that space.
If you remember, sometime I was here, I told you that this is also a battle of wits, and we all know how corrupt Nigeria is. So, like you said, one have to, I sieve the news. So one have to sieve to know what's more credible than the other. But having said that, remember this man, this an Igbo man that died in Mina today, well, yesterday. Because
some big shot with some organization. I had the sense that was some revenge for Gulag. That was just my thought, but it was strangled.
I'm making reference to it because of what you just said. The first news, when the news broke, we were told that the man was assassinated, and his wife, the news confirmed that his wife said that these people that he was driving in, and the people were, ambushed him right there at the house and strangled him. That was the narrative we were given. But a few hours later, another news came out to say no, that he was not strangled. That he was not assassinated, rather he died of heart attack.
Yeah, heart failure. Yeah.
Heart failure. So two contrasting stories between a space of how many hours. So I'm just saying that for you to know that there's so much going on in the in the atmosphere, and we all know that. So everybody is trying to cover their wing as well. So people can actually come up with fake stories, like you said, and then it could also be true. And then the media and the government will want to do a cover-up, and they have everything they need to be able to cover it up if they want.
Okay. Thank you, Ada. Igor, we've not heard from you. So back to the landscape. Moghalu for president, hijab in the constitution, and missing $1 billion. So take your pick, Igor. Igor. This is Igor. He's always eating. Are you eating again, Igor? How do you manage to eat to stay so slim for the amounts that you eat? This is the thing. It's genetics, isn't it? Ego? Okay, we don't have Ego. Do we have you nodding now, or who do we have? Okay, Evolution, then speak to the space just because you are getting a bit of a, hold on, Evolution, you are getting a bit of a flogging. The chap that usually spends $5 to abuse you, he spent $5 to abuse you again. I think this is in Igbo language. Ehi, pura, balaba. Or anyway, you can read it.
Stop there. Don't kill him. Stop there.
Oh yeah. Oh, Ada, please read it for us so that.
Ihe he hụrụ gbalaba ọsọ ka ọkụkọ hụrụ na-alụ ọnụ. He also translated it there. Anyway.
Okay, is that the proper translation?
Well, that's not literally what he's saying. Is that what a cattle would see and run away, a chicken will see it and run into it.
There you go.
So you can make your own sense out of it.
Fools rush where angels fear to tread. So this guy now, he actually uses his money to give you a beating, but then of course Freeman just gives you a beating, and that doesn't even want to hear from you. So you're a popular man, evolution.
You see, hold on here. As to the narrative of the clip of the message that he sent out on the day of the Champions League, you need to go back to the message to his broadcasts on Monday, last week Monday. What people don't even know, particularly people that are always attacking me, is that I follow Nnamdi Kanu judiciously. I listen to him. I make comments based on what I heard him say. On his broadcast on Monday last week, he said it that any group, anybody that comes out to open his shop, that they will kill him and burn his shop. I am not misquoting him. This was what he said on Monday last week, before this last one that he was talking. He says practically the same thing. Nnamdi Kanu is consistent. You must give it to him. When people try to pretend or alter what he has said, because obviously many of them are usually unprintable things. The man cannot be ordering people, telling people, you don't want to elevate another human being to godlike status. Have we not learned anything from what has happened in the last 60 years in this country? We must learn to tolerate dissenting views and opinions that are different from us. I am from the Southeast. I love my land. I wish that things would transform for my people, but I have a different view and way. Because the truth of the matter is that the people that are beating the war drums, I always ask them, see, do we have what it takes to wage a war against the Nigerian nation? We don't. Do we? Where are our grain reserves? Where is our blood bank that will sustain the injured? If the Nigerian if the Nigerian state blocks access to the Igbo nation, how are we going to feed ourselves? We can still achieve our aims of better lives for our people via other means, building political alliance.
Yes, Moghalu for president.
Moghalu
for president. That's what we want.
Yeah, please. Nnamdi Kanu is doing a good job.
Okay, evolution. I mean, the more you come here, I mean, especially if that is your political stance, then be prepared to be thick-skinned, because Ada is very civilized, so you never get aggression from Ada. But there are elements within this space that are just super aggressive. So if that is your politics, then be prepared to take the backlash. So there will be backlash. But let's go to Nodi just to change the narrative. Nodi, do we have you now, or Ego? The people who have not spoken.
Ego is here.
Oh yeah, Ego. Where you are? I was saying that you're always eating, but you managed to stay so slim. It's genetics, isn't it?
Sorry, I was
have you been following the narrative? So we were talking about Moghalu for president, as I said, the insertion of the hijab into the Nigerian constitution, and $1 billion missing. So the looting continues.
You see the problem with the North. And you see the problem with all these traditional leaders, Abi rulers. They are the ones tearing this country apart. In the first place, the Sultan of Sokoto has no right to say anything with regard to constitution. Constitution has nothing to do with the Sultan of Sokoto. Constitution should be, you understand, rearranged, remade by the people, not the Sultan of Sokoto. So that issue of bringing Hijab into a constitution, I find it very funny and offensive to the Nigerian people. You cannot bring Hijab into please, it has not gone to that level. And the Sultan of Sokoto should kind of choose his word very well. Nobody's supporting, nobody is really behind him or that. That is gone. Then the issue of Moghalu is fine, but I would prefer Peter Obi. With all due respect, as a man with record. I prefer Peter Obi. Yes, Moghalu is fine, but I believe Peter Obi as a man who has served before, will have the capacity and do more better than Moghalu. That's of Moghalu. Then what was the third? There was another issue you spoke about. What was the third thing?
Yes, we're speaking to the $1 billion that was being queried in the arms procurement thing. The panel that was set up has been wound up and disbanded because they did not submit their report on time. And even when they were holding their committees, they did not call the people who handled the money, which was the ex-army chiefs, the ex-service chiefs. So an exercise in futility, as is always the case within the Nigerian space.
You want to tell me that that committee don't know what they are doing? See, this will continue to make full of us the way they like. Are you getting me? That committee, you want to tell me they don't know what they are doing? They just make all those mistakes. See, it's high time they not understand that some things are very wrong right now in the country, and anything can happen. See, let me tell you something. The measures of Nnamdi Kanu and the obedience to the northern, to the eastern region with regard to this stay-at-home policy right now that is glaring across the world, is a threat to the current government. The current government must understand that its legitimacy is being questioned by the Nigerian people.
Yes, but do they care? But do they care? It's a question.
They might not care. See, let me tell you one thing you must understand. They might not care. I love what you are saying. But let me tell you, whether they care or not, there are those who care. Remember, it is not like, let me say, status quo maintained in their arena now. Let me tell you, there is a geographical shift in the political arena right now. Because you see those people in the middle belt, they are very angry. Even inside the north, as I speak to you, there are those that are more angry than me and you. So these people you see in the middle belt right now know that they are ready to even claim to be the Southerners. They want peace. So you must understand what's going on now in the political space. If the South can play their games very well, with North Central by their side, what are you talking about? This region can hold this power for 60 years. Yes, they can, like cooperation, because in North Central, they're very angry. If you see the women of the North Central, they are crying every day, accusing Buhari every day. They are getting into meetings with Southerners. They are conniving with Southerners. They are aligning with Southerners to make sure that the decision, the right decision they are making in the South is affecting them also as the people. Are you getting what I'm saying? So there is a problem in the political space. We must know this.
No, there's a problem, but just to identify the problem so that we can apply the right solution is why we have some of these sessions. Thank you, Igor. Let's go to Nodi. Igor, let me shuffle you for Prof. So Nodi, let's hear your words as we now seek to start rounding off. So Nodi, let's hear from you. Okay, we don't have Nodi, so we just have to start rounding off. So as Park, let's hear your words as we start to round off. I want to narrow it to Evolution, Ada, and Ovie. So let's hear your words, Spark. Okay, we don't have Spark anymore. So let's hear your words, engineer, as I seek to narrow it down. So your words, engineer. Is that Nigerian vest that you're wearing? Is that green, white? Is that Super Eagles that you're wearing? Engineer.
Yes, I'm here.
No, I'm looking at your top. Is it Super Eagles?
Yeah, Super Eagles.
Well done.
Yeah, Super Eagles. I love my country, and
do we still have a striker? Because I know that Ahmed Musa is near retirement. Do we have a striker still?
Yeah, there is. It's just give them the space. They will do it.
No, do we have a striker? Do we have a striker?
At the moment, to be honest, I can't say it.
No. Yeah, I don't think you do. But good luck to the Eagles. Yes.
So back to what I'm saying. You know the issue of the Sokoto issue of a thing. There is something we all are missing. Yeah. Ove has already clarified it clearly. He said something. These people, they are very wise. They are very clever. They play with the mindset of Nigerians. You understand? Why am I saying so? Because if you come to think about it, Buhari has to finish his tenure. But there is a problem in the country currently right now, and people can vote him out. The Fulanis can say, okay, what can we do in the country to divert people's attention towards him? This is what is happening now. He released funds to south, east, west, north. What is happening? Start creating problems. His time is going. Clock is ticking. So it's just something we need to use our own senses. You understand? Just like what Brother Ego said now. He said it clearly. If the South can collide with North Central, believe me, I'm telling you, someone will come out from there.
What is that space? Who is in that space? Who is in the North Central? Because to be honest with you, a lot of us, we just hear North and we just see them as one. So who is in the North Central?
Okay. Come to think about, sometimes people misunderstand.
Actually, can you, if you have the time, can you break the North down for us in terms of the composition and the politics?
Okay, if you think about Kebbi State, come to think about Kebbi, come to think about Plateau, come to think about Benue, come to think about this other state, Jigawa. So all these places, if they can help to collide with the Southern, and trust me, someone will come out good. Someone will do well.
But Abubakar Malami is from Kebbi State. Abubakar Malami is from Kebbi State.
Yeah, but he has to dance with their tune. If not, they will fetch him out. That's the truth. He has to dance with their tunes. It's just like I said again. I'll keep repeating myself. Buhari can be defeated at any time, but what can they do to make sure he finishes tenure peacefully? So they have to release money. They have to keep releasing money to Nigerian politicians, to the leaders of South, Southeast, Southwest. You understand? It's just a simple something. People should use their own eyes and see. So they'll be creating little problems. Oh, Sokoto, this, he said this. Come on. In the whole of Nigeria now, why is he trying to bring that religion into constitution? There is something that we need to see from the other angle. People see that in one direction, but they don't see the other side of the angle. That's the truth. So it's something we need to sit down, think very well, and look at this. This man, he will be saying this, they will be saying that, but time is clocking till he finishes tenure.
Okay, you mean they are just kicking the can down the road.
Exactly. It's just like you put your clothes in the washing machine. That's it. It keeps rotating 360. So we need to open our eyes.
Now what?
I just pray God will help all of us. I'm telling you now, because
I just hope we make it to and beyond 2023 and I hope that we don't get any too much disasters and just like heart-wrenching stuff. You know, if we can just, whether he lives before 2023 or he lives in 2023, if we can just manage to ease him out of the way, at least we have seen that politics now, their politics. So if we have managed to ease him out of the way and we just get like a civilized person just there, just to give us a breather.
But remember how you remember it's not by fighting these people. I keep saying it. You can't fight them because they are there. They can make one phone call. AK-47 to army is easy. When it comes to the South, they have a special weapon they use on South. You understand? When it comes to the bandits, the Boko Haram, they have another special weapon they use. The weapon of 80s. That's what they use. But when it comes to the South, they have the imported good weapon. They already kept it just for the South people. It's unfair. So they just have to, they're playing with people's mindset. We can come out, talk from now till tomorrow, till heaven and earth will fall down. These people, they know what they're doing. And another issue is
what about our own people? Let's be see. I keep
our
saying,
own people is we are greed. We are very greed.
Let me tell you what happens in 1999. Let me tell you what happens in 1999. Then give the constitution to Obasanjo. He had it for 8 years. He didn't do anything about it, right? Before after our brother Holland for what 5 years, he didn't do anything about it. This situation where would they fight for? So they were on ground then to nobody do anything about it. Guess what? The Fulani man that we are all calling foul now. Now we go bring and come. So it's still us that put him there. So when would they criticize people? We should start thinking, how did we get here? We enable them. So we should start calling our own people out. If not, it's going to repeat itself again.
It's true.
It's almost too late. Now
that's a good point. That's a good point.
So we should start focusing on these people. Now we bring Buhari come. Now thanks to the Yoruba people, Tinubu and Co. Those are the people that actually is ruling the country right now. So they might decide to say, come, I don't get strength.
No.
Let me focus on my own people. And he's doing excellently well for his people.
You cannot keep saying that, Ovie.
You cannot keep saying that because that is
because the dynamic changed.
They gave this man the ticket at the platter of gold. Thanks
hold
to
on. No, we know that.
Yeah, so hold on. Hold on. That so that it will not repeat itself again.
Yes, okay. Hold on, Ovie, because you say that a lot. When Tinubu was orchestrating Buhari's presidency, was it his anticipation that this was going to be the Buhari that we got?
Yes.
He knew it was going to be no, hold on. Let our engineer round off.
Hold on. Head of state.
Let engineer round off his comment.
Let me just analyze this quickly before everyone.
Carry on.
You know, during Buhari's second tenure, right? I've never seen a powerful man that has a words to say straight away in front of everybody. He knew he's going for the second tenure. He knew Atiku is not going to do nothing. They asked him a direct question. Will you accept defeat? He said, what defeat? I'm already in the seat. Why would I accept defeat? So that words alone can tell you that something is behind closed door. It's a dundee. It's finished. It's finished job. So at the end of the day, like I said, The man will still finish his tenure. They know what to do. They're just gonna play with our mindset. We'll just be making noise. They know what they're doing.
Engineer, what do you say to Goodluck Jonathan's idea that the Nigerian presidency should be a single term tenure of 6 years?
Well, Goodluck Jonathan has his own fish in the cupboard, so
yeah. But that idea though, that's just one term, 6 years, and you're gone. So you know that you're not going to come back. Then it is left to you then to create an environment to enable your successor. So just 1 year, one term, 6 years, whatever it is that you want to do, you should be able to do it in 6 years. So one term, 10 or 6 years, and you're gone.
Yeah, what because Jonathan, the woman, there's something we are missing here. Jonathan, they put him there. That's the truth. They know what to tell him. That's why today till tomorrow, if there's anything emergency that is happening in other African countries, they'll call Jonathan. Jonathan will go there.
Yeah, because we have to understand though that Jonathan, he also he enjoys a lot of international goodwill in Nigeria. So people listen to him.
Yeah, when he was a governor, what happened with the 1 billion naira he did? He stole that money.
Yeah, with a thief, of course. I mean, who is not a he's a thief now.
So that's it. The amount of money Jonathan siphoned in that country is enough. That's why if there's anything, they know he's good in speaking, he's good in presentation, so he can go and represent Buhari or represent other people. That's it. Jonathan knew what is happening in 2015 that is going to happen. There will be a lot of bloodshed, but there's nothing he can do. He just have to back up and raise his hand up straight away and say, "Oh, congratulations." That's just the truth. He knows because he knows where his pocket is being filled up. So regardless of anything, Jonathan is very smart. He's very clever, and he still has to play with the tune.
Do you think he's going to come back? Because there's a lot of people are romancing him now in the political landscape. He's always having meetings. Everybody's romancing him now. So do you think they want to bring him back? And do you think they want to bring him back knowing that he only has 1 term left because he has already served, because you can't serve more than 2 terms in Nigeria?
They will bring Jonathan back for bringing sake. No, I don't think they're gonna put him there for 4 years. They're only gonna use him to speak to the South governors, and that's it. That's another method they will use. That's the truth. They will bring him. He will visit all the South governors and give them the same money overnight, and that's it. Job done.
All right. Thank you, engineer. I don't know who is more cynical between you and Ovie. And you are meant to be the young people. You are meant to be the optimistic ones, but you are more cynical.
We know how the system works. If you sit down and look at it properly, you know how the system works. That's the truth.
No, you are too cynical.
But there's something, you see, people are blaming Nnamdi Kanu that he said this, he said that. You understand? When Nnamdi Kanu started this issue, people thought, oh, he made a little mistake, which he went back, later realized, and he started bringing some state in. You understand? Nobody is perfect. We all have our own shortcoming. You understand? But people thought Nnamdi Kanu is just deceiving people. He's not, to be honest. He's just when you see the truth, you say the truth. That's just the fact. People thought the guy is bad. But if you look, what he's saying is what is happening. Out of frustration at times, people do make mistakes. And nobody is above mistakes. That's just the truth.
All right. Thank you, engineer. You know now people are used to you, engineer. So anytime you have the time, you know when it happens, people always like to hear from you. So thank you, engineer. Prof. Data O, let's hear from you. I want to narrow it down to Ovie, Evolution, and Ada. So, Prof, let's hear from you, and then we hear from Lord Michael, and then I'll narrow it down to Ada, Ovie, and Evolution. Prof.
Hello, everybody in the house. Okay, I'm going to simply,
Moghalu for president. I said Moghalu for president.
It's a good choice. It's a good move he's making. But the truth of the matter is, he's not going. I don't see the feasibility of him making that, achieving that feat is like zero. Sorry to say, the probability.
No, we know, but he's playing himself into the scene.
Yeah, he should do that. He should do that. But I just, you know, all this all being said, it just opens my eye clear that we should just disintegrate this nation. You know, because
look, but Prof, it's not every conversation that you always have to you and who else knows that?
Okay. Now let me start analyzing it from the grassroots. Now let's start with the is that habit or whatever, the Hijab. Putting on that turban like item. You see, that shows the type of people we have in this nation. Someone that is like a king in an area under the type of system we run in Nigeria that is being ruled by a president saying something, and we're not minding it. He just says it, and guess what? That his statement is going to hold waters because number one, Nigeria people speak like that. Number two, we all know what the Sultan of Sokoto represents. And to me, that thing is going to one way or the other have its way being passed and being practiced. And me personally, I'm not happy about that because, you know, this is a way to creep Islam into the system gradually. That is just the truth of the matter. You know, why didn't he speak on? Everybody is allowed to wear whatever.
I think he spoke on a lot of things, but of course, you know, people will always use that one as the headline. So I think
yes, we are allowed in this part of the world to. It's a secular nation. That shows him himself doesn't even have respect to our constitution. Nigeria is a secular state, or is it not? Why should he come and say such a thing? Number two, he said it at an untimely area, but one thing is very clear, which I like what Ovre and engineer said. This is a calculated political plot. That statement is. It will just put people in disarray. They will concentrate on that. Time will be marking by before you know it, this election will come to pass, which I don't just want. I just don't want that election to come to pass. Then concerning the aspect of money missing daily, or the people in power should ask themselves their questions. Are they on seat to tolerate money missing every day? Today you hear 1 million miss, tomorrow 3 million, just like that. They have no regards for fund.
You see,
I don't know if they have leaking pockets.
Prof, you have to feel sorry for whoever succeeds this Buhari regime, because they would have stolen everything and they'd have put the country into heavy debt, so that whoever comes in. Yeah, but there was money then. There was money then. There was money then. There's no money now.
Is that justifiable? Is that justifiable? Because there's money make a country farm.
Well, you know,
it's not justifiable, but the truth of the matter is simple. I know it's not the first time money is not in the pocket. I can give you an example. See, Nigeria has enough fund in order, even when this money is missing, they still have enough fund to make up. See, let me give you an example. I'm from Anambra State. In the year 2002, the governor we had in year 2000 up to 2003, I keep saying it's the worst governor we have ever had. Mbanuju, he entered Guinness Book of Record. The longest strike as then in the world was by him. Teachers. Guess what? Ngige came into power. That's why people like Ngige. He paid the pensioners that were owed. He offset debts. These things can be done. The problem we have in this part of the world, we have a very, very terrible type of leadership. That is why in Anambra, people still like him. Why Ngige is hated in Anambra is because he joined the APC. And that's why he did not win the governorship seat. So that act of theft, I know that whomever is taking power is a pity, but I have to tell you the truth. If the person manages himself, well, he can still meet up. The international community knows that. I think it was Cameron that made a statement that the type of embezzlement that has gone in Nigeria, that is such a thing happens in Britain and in say 1/10 of the level, Britain will be no more. So that's it. But as you know, I want to say what I said earlier, but the truth of the matter is, is we all of us should just think of a way. People have to just see that, this thing. I'm just getting fed up of all this embezzlement, honestly speaking, and that's why
you see that Prof. That's what I was saying to Ada earlier on, that we must never just get accustomed to this idea that somebody takes $1 billion here, 500 million there, $250 million there. We must never get accustomed to it, because of course Nigeria is a third world country, and these monies that they are looting is really life or death money, because these are monies for hospitals, roads, insulating life and developing life within. It's not a developed country where you can say that there's a system in place. We have no system, and they're looting this amount of money. So that's the thing. But thank you, Prof, for reasons of time. So we go on to Lord Michael. So Lord Michael, let's hear from you.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, Lord.
Yeah, this is Lord Michael.
Your Lordship.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Okay, first of all, I want to say, I don't know why people are talking about Jonathan. To me, he's an Ababoku. You know what an Ababoku is, right?
What is it?
Somebody who follows the king, and when they bury the king, they bury him with him. That is what Jonathan is. So to me, he's...
Ababaku.
Yes. Yeah. So he's -1. He's just an errand boy. If all they did to him in this APC tussle, and he's still running over there and lying down for Malam Buhari, then I don't know what to say. So for me, he has no representation where I am. He has flawed himself. And I want to narrow some things down. You see the way we keep talking about the Fulani. We give them too much credit. We should face
it's Ovie that is always trying to deify them.
We should face our own thieves and deal with our thieves. We should narrow it down straight to our own people. You see, then let me leave it at that. Then you see the attack on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Oh my God! If anybody knows what to do that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not doing well, come on board and do it. Stop criticizing what you cannot do. Constructive criticism.
It has to be criticized. And let me even bring Freeman in, because he's Freeman's man. He has to be criticized if he's occupying this sort of space that he's occupying. So you hear that a lot when you criticize either like some celebrity or some public figure, and people will say, okay, why don't you go and do it better? No, if you put yourself in the public square, then you cannot take the adulation without taking the criticism. And especially,
but why don't they give him credit for the good ones he has done?
Well, no, he got credit for
these same people
for Monday.
Somebody like what is this man? He's still here. Evolution. He has never given him credit in anything. All he does is criticism. Why?
No. You are not paying attention. He gave him credit.
I am paying attention.
No, he whatever he says, even today.
No, he does it like a lizard. When the lizard gives a white excreta, at the end of it, he makes a black one. He never goes free. I've been watching his comments. At the end of it, he finds some way or something to blame him.
No. It's an educated opinion. Do you want him to be adulating and singing "Holy, Holy" when that is not his mindset? He's giving him a qualified praise, and it's then acknowledging places for improvement. Do you want him to be singing Nnamdi Kanu is another savior? What do you want him to do?
No. What I want him to do is, at least for one day, forget about the man. Deal with issues. Leave the man alone. Deal with the issues on ground.
No, you have to be able to be critical, especially of somebody like Nnamdi Kanu.
Every time he comes on board.
You know that the politics of Nnamdi Kanu is the politics of life and death. It's politics, it's life and death. So you cannot say people should suspend disbelief when it's life and death. What are you
Somebody who has more popularity than all the governors added together now.
Is he Michael Jackson? What are you talking about?
He's more than Michael Jackson. He is more than Michael Jackson.
Popularity is for show business. It's for show business. Politics is real life people, and decisions that are being made by politicians are existential decisions, and especially the space that Nnamdi Kanu occupies, which is a gun-led sort of politics, a politics of violence. You cannot say that people should not be critical of that space.
I don't say they should not be critical of that space.
Yeah, so what are you saying there? You want him to be
over-exploiting that space. Over-exploiting that space is what I'm not comfortable with. No, he has his own opinion. You understand? Respectfully, he has his own opinion. But I'm trying to make him understand that sometimes just give him a break. Do you know that there is? Did you see the recent broadcast of a white lady who is the spokesperson of another force that has come out to claim all the mishap that have been taking place in the eastern region? They are called the Biafran Revolutionary Forces.
Yeah.
Have you a white woman is their spokesperson? Her name, everything is there. She came out to say everything they have been doing.
So what? She's married. She's married to an Igbo, has an Igbo boyfriend.
This is an indication that something else is coming. I said this yesterday, not knowing today I was going to see that video. I knew this. It's getting worse.
But this idea of saying people cannot be critical of Nnamdi Kanu, please let's
no.
No.
I'm not saying people cannot be critical. I'm saying persecution should not be taking place. If you criticize somebody, give him a break. See, let me tell you something you don't know. Like me and some other people, we listen to you. We speak to people who know him. He listens. If you notice, the way he started is not the way he's functioning right now. There's been a shift, a paradigm shift with everything that he started with. So you just coming to say if he breathes, he did not breathe well. He walks, no, that step is not right. That is what I am against. I'm not saying evolution is a bad man. I'm not saying he doesn't have the right to criticize. I'm saying when you criticize somebody, you turn it down. Don't make people begin to see you like an antagonist, because that is what everybody sees him as on the comment section.
It's just that I forget the comment section. The comment section is filled with certain elements, and I'm going to be maybe banning people from that comment section now because I'm for free expression. But anytime I look in there, some of the language is
no, you would do that. They are playing.
So evolution, are you there? So
yes, I'm here, and
I told you they will give you. I told you they will give you a flogging for your politics.
No, I like him. You know, he makes sense, but I don't want him to overflog certain issues. You know, sometimes when you talk about something, you give it a space. You face reality. You see, like I said, let's even deal with our own politicians. They are the ones who put us into what we are today. So I just want us to have an equitable discussion. Yes, Nnamdi Kanu is human like us. He makes mistakes. If you have a solution to what he has done wrong, find a way to channel it. That is all I mean. It's no hassle. You understand? No hard feelings.
And by the way, I hope you are not. Hold on, evolution, Lord Michael. I hope, by the way, you are not coming off the back of what you are hearing in the comment section to come and
no.
It looks as though you are being led. Do you think you are championing the opinions of the comment section? Is that what you think you're doing?
I am general. I'm not championing anybody. I am saying what I heard.
I hope you are not being led in your thinking.
One man, nobody can lead me. I'm an adult.
Yeah, because you were referencing to what was going on in the comment section.
If you remember, like a week ago, did I not criticize something Semenke did? Did I not?
There you are. So you can criticize him, but others can't.
So that is why I said sometimes you give him a break. You don't do it all the time. Nobody is perfect.
Okay. All right. Evolution, just speak to the space, and then we'll move on. And yeah.
Sorry. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is holding a space in the southeast that he is practically the most powerful Igbo person alive today.
It's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. Don't use that. No. He is not. Change this statement.
Okay, he's one of the powerful people.
Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the most powerful Igbo man alive today in the world.
That's debatable.
Hold on, carry on evolution. I've muted everybody to give you the space to speak because you give people this. Yeah, so I've muted everybody, so you carry on. Yeah.
Yeah. So what he says, even if you disagree, he is the most powerful. He is one of the most powerful voices in the Igbo narrative. His words carry meaning and people obey what he says. So when such a person is talking of violence, kill police, kill army, burn this, do this, you must do this, you must do that, calmer voices must intervene, because we don't even want to move from Nigeria to another dictatorship. And it starts from the foundation, from the basis. Nobody is disagreeing with the fundamentals of what he is talking about. It is the method. You have to be civil. You have to build alliances. You cannot insist in your own way and using threats of violence to back it up. You cannot say that if you don't have your way, the Nigerian space, you can look at the activities of our brothers, burning police posts that are usually built every village in the southeast, usually contributes money to build these things. And you're burning them. After burning them, when you get Biafra, are you not going to have police? You're burning INEC offices. There is an election coming up in Anambra State. You have already said that people should not vote. For now, we are still in Nigeria. We still have to, even if we will leave tomorrow, for now we're still in Nigeria, and Nigeria still has basic laws. We must have a governor. If you say we would not hold the election for gubernatorial, Buhari will appoint a Fulani person to come and be a military admin. Is that what you want? You cannot be. Owerri used to be the town of enjoyment. You go to Owerri, you relax and you have fun. Nobody in his right mind will book a plane to Owerri as we are speaking today. Is that okay with you? Is that the kind of society that you want? We are saying that we can still achieve our goals and our objectives without turning our homeland into a wasteland. And you're calling me names. I am actually as Igbo as you are. Nobody is more Igbo than the next person. What is wrong with us? Our narratives, I've said it before, we are too intolerant of views and opinions that we disagree with. Why? You are not an enlightened mind. We must avoid tyranny of the majority. The minority must have their opinion. That is how you build a decent society. If you don't know it now. Nnamdi Kanu and his narratives, I have given him credit here. I have said that he has even, when he, few years
even
back,
today, you have given him credit.
Yeah, few years back, he was saying any Igbo man that attends a Yoruba church is a fool. He has exited that narrative. He is now talking of building alliances with the Southwest and other areas. These are the kind of narratives that we have to embrace. You cannot do it alone. You cannot get an Igbo nation alone, regardless of how much you make noise about it. Other people would have to agree because you belong to a nation with laws. If not, they will come back and start killing you. We have fought a war before and we lost. There is no shame in it. Dialogue. You cannot be trying to make my life better and you turn my place into a wasteland. Who are you? And you're telling me that I should not say something because I am criticizing him. Nobody is that. Nobody should be elevated. Nobody should be beyond criticism. That is how you build a Robert Mugabe. That is how you build the man in Gabon.
All right. Thank you, Evolution. And really, I hope that draws a line, not under that narrative, but under that approach to the narrative. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Don't shoot the messenger. We must be able to speak to that space. And I think Ada agrees with that. And I think Lord Michael agrees with that. I think Freeman even agrees with that. And I am sure Ovie agrees with that. So we must have our own individual politics and we must be able to discuss it in a civil tone. And the fact that somebody does not entirely wholly agree with your politics does not make you does not make him rather an enemy. So Freeman, with what I've just said, resonating with you, your final words, and then Lord Michael's final words, and then we'll round it off with Ada, Ovie, and Evolution. So Freeman, your final words.
Yeah, my final words, like, we have been here talking about Nnamdi Kanu used to speak or whatever, but if you check it, he's saying the truth. Just imagine that boy, Sultan of Sokoto, imposing law to everybody that we must put hijab in constitution, the whole Nigerian constitution. Now everybody keep quiet. Everybody keep quiet. Even the whole pastor, Bakari, all of them keep quiet. And now they cannot say something now. People will be saying, nah, even you, Evolution, keep quiet. You are saying, why was he asked to put? And this is another. This is an order from Sultan of Sokoto, the number one Fulani in the whole Nigeria. He has said it, and they must do that. If we don't fight again, and only Nnamdi Kanu will talk about this. Quote me right.
It's a request.
You are talking about it. The request. They post order.
No. Let him just have his say. And
Nigeria. This thing. Excuse me.
No, carry on. You have the floor.
We are trying to shift out from Nigeria. We are almost out. So if he posts jihad or not, it's not our own cup of tea, and we're not gonna take it. You know what I mean? So why must he say that? Okay. No. These people, we are giving them too much hand. We don't need to be. We need to do what we are doing. We need to.
Thank you, Freeman. Just to leave that space, Freeman. You know, I like you. I really do, because deep down, I just have the sense that you're a good chap, and I like your company. But you can speak to the other topics as well. We already know that you're a passionate IPOB man, but you can also speak to the other narratives that we're discussing as well, because it's not always IPOB. So share your thoughts on Moghalu's presidency. Just quick words on Moghalu's presidency before I let you go. So Moghalu's presidency.
Okay, good. Yeah, good. Nigeria is a country ruled by Kaba. He is not in the car, and over his dead body will he be there. It's a good step that a young man like him, just like a Showere, so it's a good step that someone unknown or young man like that is coming up for presidency. But it's not gonna be easy. Even Jagaban Tinubu, it's not gonna be easy for him. He has to fight. I think you see how much he has been spending. This, even though we gave our support, they won't put him there. They won't put him there because he's not among of them, So Nigerian is like, it's like where if you don't belong to them, you will not be them. That is why we are trying to step out so that they are not, to me, president or whatever. He's not gonna do anything. Jonathan.
Oh.
Instead of Jonathan to do what, instead of Jonathan to do what Buhari did, let him carry the bad name, but he didn't do anything. Instead, he keep promoting the North, keep romancing the North, keep romancing.
All right, Freeman, just for pressure of time, it's a pleasure as always. Thank you, Freeman. So, Lord Michael, just a few words from you, and then we'll hear it from the others. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. With what happened to Gulag in Imo State, and Hope Uzodinma calling it a political assassination, and we kept fighting him that he shouldn't come out to speak anything until the police makes their investigation.
Do you think that even is that Wike, even he needs a flogging? He that says he wants to flog people, maybe he needs a flogging. There is no space that he doesn't speak to now. He's turning into Fanikayode. Everything he has an opinion.
That is why they call him the Pampas man, that his mouth is leaking, that his Pampas is leaking. He should patch it up. And, well, let me talk on another space quickly so we don't keep flogging the IPOB narrative. Because
Yeah.
So somebody said something about Ninas yesterday.
Yes, it was Descendo.
Good. That group, I think they're a joker group.
Wow.
Okay, can I tell you something why?
Why?
Have you read their timetable? The moment they see you, if they notice you, they will send you emails and send you documents and send you a lot of maps. They've been sending me email until I deleted their email and blocked them. Once they notice you're on the public space and you begin to talk, and if you look at most of the people who are in Ninas right now, they are people who are fallouts of IPOB. People who told us that if we don't listen to Nnamdi Kanu, even though they live there, we should never believe them, and they came out from there.
Is Tony Nandi part of Ninas?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
And you see, they go on Sunday Igboho and Koiki progress to jump on it and say it's their progress. Because Ninas just wants a change of constitution, while Sunday Igboho, Professor Pa Akintoye, I like that man very well, and Koiki, they believe in self-determination. So there are different narratives, but Ninas, it's claiming the success story of Sunday Igboho and others. Everything that is going on, they are saying it's as a result of what they are doing, which is a false. All they want to do is now they have come out to the real point where they have come to expose themselves. They want money. Now they are doing they want to start fundraising, which is what Tony Nadi wants. You know, he has always been jealous that he's not getting funds. So you see the narrative, that's why I call it deceit. And then there's this woman who has always been their moderator, Jane.
Yes, she's a lawyer.
I just hope the woman will realize this on time.
I think that was the clip that Ada showed us yesterday. I think he sent us that clip. Yeah.
That is one of the ladies they call daughters of truth. That is different from this Jane. This Jane is a black woman with a British accent. Okay. You know, I wish most of these people will wake up and ask questions. On Saturdays, they make their program. I want to call in there and ask them some critical questions that they will stumble and people will believe, people will know their real narratives. You know, we cannot keep going on and deceiving ourselves. Different groups come in. Everybody now sees us like a cash cow. Come and donate to this. We are doing this. We get ourselves stuck somewhere. It is only us that can help ourselves. The organizations we have are enough for us. Like, I follow Ilana Odua because I see what they are doing. It is clear. Do you know that there were so many other Yoruba groups that came up? But most of them are going under Ilana Odua now. This is the same narrative I want all of us to follow. You see the 17 governors. Do you know that their meeting was as a result of Nnamdi Kanu's alliance with the West? And I'm happy they built on that. Now you see 17 governors came to meet. The North is trembling. That is just 17 governors who we do not even trust. What about if, just imagine if 17 traditional rulers now decide to meet. or 17 strong
you
youths
see,
decide to meet.
that is when it will really matter. If somebody like the Oni and the Obi of Onitsha and the Monoba, if they come out into the space to speak and they speak the language of secession, then
God bless you.
Then we have something.
So what I'm trying to say is, I thank God our governors, they've tried, but I want us from the grassroots to begin to interact. You see, that is why I like your platform, because it encompasses everybody. Ovia here is my brother, even though we speak different languages, but we are both from the same space called Delta State. I speak the same language with Ada, but she's from the across the Niger. So you see, we are all intertwined. I grew up in Lagos. I'm still related to you in a way. So that is why I feel we should keep talking, and we should understand each other, and we should try to reduce attacking each other too, so we can begin to understand each other very well.
Thank you, Lord Michael. Let's get to Ada quickly, because she doesn't like coming on because the sessions are too long. This is what she's complaining about. So thank you, Lord Michael. So Ada, we come to you. So what says you?
Yeah, thank you so much. I wanted to make a reference to something. I'm so bad with names. I'm so sorry. The guy that left just now.
Freeman or Lord Michael?
Yeah, Lord Michael. I think it was him that mentioned something. It's about this unknown gunmen thing. There's actually a group that has claimed ownership. They made a video. That video is about 15 minutes, between 11 and 15 minutes. I can't remember vividly. And then they were claiming ownership as being unknown gunmen, and they have claimed responsibility for the attacks that's been carried out. They mentioned all the attacks that they have done. And that group is called the Biafra Revolutionary Forces, if anyone wants to research them. But what I don't understand is how there is no focus on them. Why is the media not talking about this? Because it's out there. They made a video and claimed that they are the
Are they a splinter group of ESN?
I don't think so. They have their website, because I researched it after I saw that video. They have a website. They are called the Biafra Revolutionary Forces. I don't think they have anything to do with ESN. I can't say what I don't know, but from their website, what they describe themselves as, and they've been in existence. They say that they are like a coalition of people, from everywhere. So that, like the lady, when you were saying that maybe he's married to somebody from Ebola, I don't think so. I wouldn't know, but from what they described, they say that they're a coalition of people who are fighting for Biafra, and that they will not stop attacking and causing disturbances until they achieve their goal. Anyway, so that's it about that. I wanted to put it out there if anybody wants to have a look at it, because what is happening with IPOB and Nnamdi Kanu is a case of give a dog a bad name so you can kill it, because we seem now to be blaming everything that is going wrong in the country on Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB. If this man that died, that was assassinated in Mina today, if he was assassinated in the East, it could have been another Nnamdi Kanu, killed him. So let's also try to be objective at times, and not just because already the Nigerian government is trying to stigmatize Nnamdi Kanu, and obviously they have prescribed IPOB, then we just follow suit and want to support them. We should be able to protect our own. We should be able to support our own. Like somebody has mentioned now, if Nnamdi Kanu did not put himself out there, who else? And whether you like him or hate him, whether you believe what he's doing or not, he has done a lot of the groundwork that people are now building on. And that is the truth. And
I agree with that. Whether you like him or not, there's no denying the fact that he has moved the needle within the Nigerian space and introduced that narrative now that speaks to a lot of the problem that we have. So nobody can deny him that.
And the level of awareness, that we all seem to have also. He he contributed in creating that or laying a foundation for that. So that's it, really. It's unfortunately why we are in the country. I mean, you all know my stand. I believe that a way forward is for Nigeria to disintegrate either north and south, but that there should be disintegrating to regional nations or whatever you want to call it. So I believe that's the way forward, because there's no foundation for us to build on. The foundation is already bad, and we cannot continue the way we are going. This is a country that one man you were talking about how a governor would go and launch a borehole. I mean, where those things like that still happen? They built a borehole and you're going to launch it. You know, if somebody will build a school with mud and call it a primary school, and they will shamelessly go and launch it. This is a country where somebody will buy a car and they're celebrating that, oh, I bought a car. You know, the world has moved on more than that. This is a country where it's a big deal to get a visa. You get a visa, you go to church to do a Thanksgiving because you got a visa. You know, it's so, I mean, how long are we going to continue with this level of backwardness? And
Ada, is there going to be an election in 2023?
I think there will be.
Okay.
I think there will be.
All right. But you're not going to vote?
No, I'm not going to vote. It's a waste of time, because at the end of the day, by now, they already know who is going to be the next president.
That's true. That's true. Anyway.
So I don't waste my time in voting in Nigeria, unfortunately. I don't.
All right. Thank you, Ada. You must come on more often. I know the sessions are too long, and it's not really, but you know, people enjoy people enjoy seeing you. So Ada, come on as often as you like. Thank you, Ada. God bless. Oh, right. Ada, give your platform a shout out before you go. Yeah, Ada, you know, I mean, you know her politics. If you want to hear more of it, where do they find you, Ada?
Oh man, don't make me do this again.
do it now, so that people can come and give you a hard time the way you always come here to give me a hard time.
I really appreciate that you give me the opportunity to do this anyway. It means a lot. Thank you so much.
Is it Queen Diva or something?
Queen Diva, yeah. Talk Time with Queen Diva. That's, if you search that, that's the channel. And that video I was speaking about the group Biafra Revolutionary Forces, I actually made a video. I have that video. So maybe if you don't kick me out for now, I can post it on the private chat if anybody wants to.
Yeah, go on and do that. Thank you, Ada. Or Talk Time with Queen Diva. So you can see it. We can see the Queen Diva. So we go to her platform to get the Talk Time. Thank you, Ada. Ovie, we see you.
I think
you're not smoking your thing today, Ovie. Are you broke, or are you learning new habits? You see the errors of your ways.
Yeah? No, but it's real, you know.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how Showore Camp is going to react to Moghalu, how Fela Durute is going to react, and Yahaya Bello. You know, overall, let me see how the permutation is
because that whole space is their space, isn't it? So you can expect Showore to declare maybe next week. And Fela Durute, I think he's too busy doing Fine Boy, but Yahaya Bello will declare, of course, and then Adamu Gaba, he will declare as well. So yes, so
they are looking for their God. They are waiting for their godfather to give go ahead. So
yes.
And I think why Moghalu, they decided to come out with Moghalu today. Is it today or yesterday? Is, you know, maybe it's actually to, like, you know, to dim down the momentum that is happening, you know, with the Kanu right now over what they pull up. So I suspect that's another move to just to, you know, try to dilute, you know, what is happening. But I don't think that is a success. But yeah, I'm looking forward to how the population, you know.
And you find that will be the conversation as we continue to go forward. We'll quickly move away from this what election? Are you mad? Do you not see what is going on? All that one will go away very soon. If within the next 2-3 weeks, everybody will be talking politics.
Now the politicians started before in the first place. All the killings and everything. Now politicians did their hand day. So now they will begin to close down the, you know, they don't find team already. No, let's unite. Let's reconstruct the constitution. You know, there's some things that will occupy the airway from now till the final day will come. You know. So,
all right, thank you, Ovi. Always a pleasure. Ovi, a regular fixture, is almost my co-anchor now. Oh, so see you later, Ovi. Evolution, you take it up for us. Evolution.
Yeah. Okay. Hello.
Just round it off for round it off for us. You have the final word.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. I mean, this is a free speech platform, and we've been doing a good job of airing our views and opinions. And of course, I mean, regardless of politics, is always a charged issue that people react with emotion. So once in a while, we would talk and banter, have heated arguments, but we must never attempt to kill another viewpoint just because we don't agree on it. At the end of the day, we all want the same thing. We are here because we are not happy with the way things are. So in trying to find solutions, we should not make more enemies. Unity. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Evolution. Just perfect words. Hopefully we see you again soon. So that was Evolution rounding it off for us. So hijab in the Constitution, $1 billion missing, and Moghalu for president. That is the backdrop to the conversation that you have just heard. But as always, the conversation always deviates and goes in its own direction. That is the beauty of it. So we just set some loose talking points, and then the conversation evolved organically. So the Nigerian space, of course, we talk to the space that we call our home still at the moment, whether you're a Biafran and Oduduwan or whatever. But whatever your politics, I'd like to hear about it. The conversation carries on in the comment section, but this session comes to an end, but we can reconvene in the comment section. So I'll leave you here. Carry the conversation on with you in the comment section, but here I say peace.